sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hide your kitties, hide your children, and definitely hide your pastoral instruments of feeding the human race, because NDB Media Sports Talk with the Guys is prowling the digital airwaves, and boy, are we dangerous. We keep it real, no fantasy sports, and it is genuine here on this program. And ladies and gentlemen, what a glorious morning it is. It is January 27th, 2024. And this is a Saturday morning extravaganza, the big show. Yes, we cover it all. We cover from from Bangor, Maine to Pomona, California, from Alaska, not Juneau, I haven't been there yet. Anchorage, Alaska, all the way, and I have not been to Miami, but hey, I haven't been damned yet. So hey, it is all good in the hood, and we are going and blowing. It is by my command, but that's okay. Good morning, NorCal girl.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing well, and if you don't know, folks, I am the annoyance. I am the one who is. I am the one responsible for this rabble and babble early in the morning. And boy, is my lexicon going crazy this morning. I am the scorekeeper. That's how good my other start was on Thursday. That's how good it was. I was in the zone. And speaking of even guiding me further to get into the zone, it is the man, the myth, the creator of the Fight Club, the Almighty.
How are you doing today, Roger? Are
The
you feeling up to it this morning? I
yeah,
need to go there. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. I was hoping.
yeah. I'm going there,
I hoped.
or I went there.
Yep.
Almighty.
Yeah. We're off to a good start this morning, my friends.
Good morning, young man. How are you doing?
I am doing fine.
Thank you for joining
And
us.
what's that?
Thank you for joining us. It's beautiful.
You are very welcome. You are so welcome. You cannot believe how welcome I feel right now. But before we go any
Aw.
further, we must find out if NorCal Girl is feeling any better from an illness, from feeling sick, it seems like, for the last 2 weeks.
I'm better, but I'm not completely recovered. Let's put it that way. I still have certain issues, but for the most part, the last couple of days, I felt a little better.
But you being here is a step in the right directions.
Well, as far as mental health, I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you're here, NorCal Girl. I'm glad you feel up to it to be with us this morning as we delve into sports news like you won't believe, maybe. And you're here to make your picks.
Yes. I was so
And so,
sick, like I said last Saturday, that
yeah,
I
last
kind of
Saturday you
completely
didn't make
forgotten
your
about it.
picks. At least this today you will be able to make your picks and won't have an excuse and tell us, "Oh, I would have went 3-1," which would probably be us. But we'll take your word for it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
This is
kidding.
anti-smack talk right now.
I
No,
know.
well,
Considering there's
Yeah.
only 2 games played this week.
yeah. And plus,
Hey,
you have
well,
till tomorrow to make your picks, even if you couldn't make it in. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I made my picks. I was the first one to make my
Or did you make
picks
picks already?
last week.
Oh,
So,
that's a sad story.
oh God, yes.
Well, I don't like it. Well, never mind. Well, in a way, I feel cheated that when people make picks and then they show up on the show because you already know your picks. There's no big surprise, So if you do a Tortuga, it's no big surprise.
Yeah.
but
But
being here for La Tortuga is the best.
well, yeah, that is a true
Oh,
story.
I know.
A true story. But
That is
anyway,
no doubt.
where were you, Roger? Were you on weather yet or traffic?
No, I was and pardon the pun, but I was going and blowing on other stuff. Almighty, I do want to say that prior to going live, I did ask NorCal, or no, I did not. She made it clear to me. She said, "See, I am busy with the herd." And that is all I, pardon the pun,
You heard.
heard. Oh, jeez, am I that readable that early in the morning?
I don't like that guy at all.
Oh, ooh.
Cowherd. or Cal Turd as I call him. I
Yeah,
just
you
don't.
have been calling him Cal Turd from the
I
day
don't
we
like. I've
met,
never
dude.
liked that guy because he doesn't know what he's talking about, and
But
but
the
he likes. But then
masses.
again, that's his job. He's a talking head, so he has to say things to be controversial. He's always been a Baker hater. He's one of the Baker bigots that I know. I don't think he said too much this year since Baker did a pretty good job with a rotten team. But however, anyway, that being said, Roger, go ahead with your weather report.
Oh, well, it's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting it going. And I have an advertisement that I might get through. And notice the stuck up English thing I'm preparing for Anime Girl. The advertisement. No, it's the
Oh
advertisement, but that's
God.
okay.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
I have to jump in before he says it. Ladies and gentlemen, out here in hell, otherwise known as Southern California, it is 51 degrees. It's going to get to 75 today. These hands need it. And these are anti Trump hands. These are real hands. These are piano hands, unlike his. So
Piano
these are
hands.
real.
Oh, play us a
It's going to
song,
get to an
Mr. Piano
overnight.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Play us a song, Mr. Piano Man.
Let's see. I don't have to pay $83.3 million. I'll leave him
Yeah.
alone because it's sad what is going on right there, but that's okay. As I mentioned, it's 51 degrees right now. It's gonna get to 75. It's gonna be an overnight low of 55. Right now, the sunrise at 6:51 a.m. Sunset is at 5:16 p.m.
You poor baby.
Why?
75. You might have to, maybe you could take off one of your shirts.
Oh, I get it. You're going after the west. Hey, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna get stupid, folks. I'm just wearing a t-shirt this morning with the
Come
light
on. Oh,
jacket.
stop
So
there.
there it is.
Please stop
Stripper
there.
music. Stripper music. Stripper
Yeah.
music.
No. I don't want to ruin everyone. We've already lost. The minute I mentioned t-shirt, I saw we
You
lost
don't want to
about
scare
10.
off your cat.
Yeah. No, they're not inside right now.
Uh,
I
maybe
actually let
maybe
her out
maybe
right
it'll
now.
scare off your ghost friend, or maybe it'll make it violent for the first time in ever that you've ever
Um,
known your ghost friend.
it
Did you
did
name your?
show up.
Did you have a name for your ghost?
Other than oh shite. No, I have not named it yet, but it did make its presence felt this week. I was speaking to someone late, and we were able to see um, something that was like in that area. It was dark, and it was rather strange. Again, I there's no hostility to it, but it was here so much so that the person I was speaking to by video, they could see the the shadow, I guess, for lack of a better
Oh,
word. It was
maybe for
crazy.
your first show, I'm sure you may talk about that. But is there any way you could do a history of the house to see if there's a reason that thing where it might have come from? If it was someone died in the house, or someone murdered, or it's just hanging out because it likes your hat.
Well, I'm going to tell it one thing. The
Aloha
next time
Mora!
that
Oh, damn, that's opened the door. I don't need that one. I
Open the
don't need
door.
that one.
Oh my!
yeah, the the next time that he flubs up on air so badly as he did the other day, I'm going to have the ghost come up and Gib slap him on the back of the head.
Oh, hey, no, we don't want any of that contact. But Michael had the AC on yesterday, so
Yeah,
hey, we're getting
yeah,
close to it. So good morning, Michael, and I believe we did get a like from the big dog. Thank you.
yeah.
I'll continue, folks. Get through my spiel, and we'll
But
make it
one last
quick.
thing I reply to Michael. Michael, I had the ACDC on yesterday.
That was good. I like it. I like it like that. Oh, I'm not gonna. The
Oh
humidity
God,
is at
no!
55%. Pressure is 30.22 inches. Visibility, even though there is no sun right now, it's 10 miles per hour. And I mean, there's no daylight when I say there's no sun. So be good. Wind is heading to the south at 4 miles per hour. The dew point is at 36 degrees, and the UV index is 0 of 11. Duh. And the waning gibbous is our moon phase right now, ladies and gentlemen. So good morning. And folks, as I used to do, we used to have t-shirt porn on this program every Saturday because I've been accused of being Sheldon, but the big dog has a varied clothing line of t-shirts. What are you wearing this morning, big dog? The champions. Look at that, homie Claus. List them all. I like it. Laker championship gear. So good stuff. Oh, he says not the same thing, dude. Not the same thing. The AC and the ACDC. That's funny. Well, thank you, Michael, for joining us, folks. I do have an announcement. Thank you, Michael, for being here. We were going to interview a guest, Eric Pierpoint, this Monday. It has been put back 2 weeks for reasons, good reasons, and it worked out for the guest as well as for us. So Mr. Pierpoint will be on. Let me see. It'll be February 12th, I believe, and Michael will correct me if I'm wrong. But it worked out for both parties, so I'm really happy about that. We're moving on, folks. I'll get to events in sports history in a little bit since I already have everyone on right now. Usually I see the sarcasm. Now, before I go to Almighty, I need to clarify this thing that NorCal Girl said. Before I was live, she said, and before I was muted, she said, I'm taking care of the herd. So I need you to clarify that. What were you doing this morning?
I was taking care of the herd. You can
Once
see all the
again,
cows.
I'm asking you to clarify.
I was feeding my cows.
Oh, wow, really? Were you?
Big dog. I think that cow herd or cow turd guy only has one penis. What is his first name? Cow herd.
Colin Cowherd.
Colin. Yeah, cow turd. Yeah. As far as I know, he has one penis. I can't. I haven't checked. I guess NorCal girl now would know for sure because she said she has had to take care of the herd.
Now, I do need to clarify that Michael's comment is being taken out of context right now.
It's the date to the
Yes, but it was right after what Almighty said, and I flashed correct.
I know.
It is being taken out of context, and I know I'm going to hear it from Michael on that one. I'm like, you know what? That one's worth it. That one is worth it. He got it right away.
Yeah. Look, I know. I think I know that Michael is secretly an AC/DC fan. So he secretly he is, and in his bat cave he does listen to it. But what I meant for AC/DC is that I usually pay tribute to both Tesla and Edison.
Ooh. Oh, now it's no comment. Michael does have very taste in music, even much more than I do. I mean, the man's actually a Renaissance man compared to me when it comes to music. As you know, my likes are very limited. I do listen to quite a bit of stuff, but I don't have a particular. I dislike or I don't have a love for jazz. It bores me to death. And I do not deny the richness of the music. It's just nothing for me. I do not listen to the gangster rap. It's a waste of time when you're full of hate and trying to establish that that's who you are and your identity. Sorry, I just don't have time for that. But I'll listen to almost everything else. But as Big Dog knows, every time he gets in the car, it's like, dude, I've memorized the Wrath of Khan already. Will you change the damn music already? I mean, put on something else. What, Big Dog? Come on, go for the kill. Okay, fair enough. But speaking of going on for the kill, I will.
That was a softball for Big Dog.
Well, rumor has it that he's hit some that are still flying, but that's neither here nor there. No kidding. The Big Dog is in right now. We're going to get to something real quick. I do want to go over the. You know what? I can go over the calendar in a little bit, folks. At 7:00, we're going to do the football picking, but before that, it's not necessarily breaking news anymore, but it is significant. I don't know if the Big Dog is ready for it, but if he could share the links with us, if he does have them. There was earth-shattering news, and I don't know how La Tortuga is going to handle it. I don't know what his commentary is because you know that his moral compass is straight and true. So I don't know if he thinks that this is real or if it's, well, that which is not. I don't know, but
Are you going to tell me that was true?
Well, we all know based on the reporting, but Big Dog did take the time. We had a quick chat yesterday, and he enlightened me because I saw the story and it passed real quick. So I don't know if you had that, Big Dog, and you want to go to it right now. Take us
Yeah,
there
I can
because
get.
this is significant.
You have the link. I since I'm on the iPad, I can't do that,
I'm
unfortunately.
sorry, big dog. I know
Oh,
you
no
sent
problem.
it to me via phone, so I'm gonna
Yes,
get
I
it
did.
right now. I'm gonna go straight to um.
All right.
I'm
So
gonna, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
here's the article, guys. I do want to preface it that this is very explicit. So if you're queasy about hearing such things, I apologize in advance. Uh, you guys all know me, so for me to say that, you can just imagine what this is going to be like. So this was as of Thursday, Thursday afternoon. Lawsuits filed against another lawsuit filed against Vince McMahon alleging sex trafficking and sexual misconduct.
Oh, that.
Now, this is from the article. It's rather long, so bear with me, guys. According to the Wall Street Journal, a lawsuit has been logged against Vince McMahon, WWE, and former executive John Laurinaitis. The legal action levels levels accusations of sex trafficking, emotional abuse, and sexual misconduct against McMahon. Janelle Grant, a past staff member at WWE's main offices, alleges in her claim that she suffered abuse and sexual exploitation by McMahon during his tenure as CEO. She says McMahon enticed her with career progression promises, only to allegedly exploit her and subject her to trafficking to other individuals within the organization. Grant is said to have entered into a non-disclosure agreement in 2022 where McMahon consented to a $3 million payment in exchange for her silence about the interactions and refraining from any disparagement towards him. According to Grant, McMahon defaulted on the agreement after the first payment of $1 million. Her lawsuit aims to annul the contract and demands unspecified monetary reparation. The case is seeking a legal declaration that the NDA is void under both state and federal statutes, along with compensatory and punitive damages per various laws, including the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Statements from Janelle Grant's lawyer, Ann Callis. Quote, today's complaint seeks to hold accountable two WWE executives who sexually assaulted and trafficked plaintiff Janelle Grant, as well as the organization that facilitated and turned a blind eye to the abuse and then swept it under the rug. She is an incredibly private and courageous person who has suffered deeply at the hands of McMahon and Mr. Laurinaitis. Ms. Grant hopes that her lawsuit will prevent other women from being victimized. The organization is well aware of Mr. McMahon's history and depraved behavior. It is time to take responsibility for the misconduct of its leadership. Now, this is from the legal complaint. Notably, McMahon was most aggressive when using the certain sex toys named after male WWE wrestlers and performers. McMahon named the sex toys so that the color of the toy matched the race of the wrestler. For example, a black dildo would be named after an African American wrestler, and a white dildo would be named after a Caucasian wrestler. In addition, McMahon's infatuation with pretending that other men, and namely certain WWE talent, were in the room with him. This was yet another incremental step in desensitizing Miss Grant's to his fantasy and eventual demands that she perform sexual acts for and or have sexual contact with others within the WWE. One example of McMahon's extreme depravity was on May 9th, 2020. He defecated on Miss Grant during a threesome
Oh,
and then commanded her to continue pleasuring the third person with feces in her hair and running down her back while McMahon went to the bathroom to shower off. Upon his return from the bathroom, McMahon and his friend actively resumed the threesome, which lasted for over an hour and a half, while Miss Grant remained covered in McMahon's filth. When McMahon's friend left, McMahon ordered her to stay and to continue to sexually gratify him. On another occasion, in June of 2021, McMahon and the defendant, Mr. Laurinaitis, sexually assaulted Miss Grant inside Mr. Laurinaitis' office in WWE headquarters while colleagues were busy with their at their desks. Behind a locked door, the two men cornered her and pulled her between them, forcibly touched her before ultimately putting her on top of a table between them. She begged them to stop, but they forced themselves on her, each taking turns restraining her for the other, while saying no means yes and take it, bitch. On another occasion, March 2020, McMahon began sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of Miss Grant, including pornographic content he recorded, with other men both inside and outside the company, including with members of the television production tech team, executive producers, and a world famous athlete and former UFC heavyweight champion with whom WWE was actively trying to sign to a new contract. And he ultimately did sign that contract. Now, if you guys think about it, there's only one wrestler, if you know wrestling, that was a UFC heavyweight champion and in the WWE and was a free agent at the time. There's only one person. It's not a bunch of them. It says during the May 18th, 2019 encounter, Miss Grant felt coerced into engaging in sexual activity, and the McMahon had trapped her in an impossible situation, and she feared adverse career and personal consequences and legal retaliation if she declined his advances. McMahon stated, quote, "This is what I've been waiting for," as he performed oral sex on Miss Grant. Miss Grant asked that protection be used, and McMahon responded that there was no need to worry because he was, quote, clean. Feeling that she was being used for his gratification, Miss Grant went numb and was unable to make eye contact. McMahon then flipped her over on his back and said, "Okay, now jack me off." On March 26, 2020, McMahon sent a lengthy message to Miss Grant describing in detail the circumstances surrounding sharing explicit photographs of Miss Grant to a former WWE referee. McMahon described how WWE referee left to masturbate and told Miss Grant that she had made a perfect stranger very happy. McMahon became the most important figure in Miss Grant's life as he meticulously asserted power and control over almost every aspect of her life. Miss Grant's fears intensified over the consequences that could result from McMahon's actions, particularly by sharing her naked pictures. She became paranoid, completely dependent, and worshipfully devoted to McMahon. That's the end of this article. So there's also another part that says, in July of 2021, the suit, according to this, McMahon instructed Grant to create a personalized sexual contact for a WWE superstar that he was trying to re-sign. The suit didn't name the professional wrestler, but he described him as both a UFC fighter and WWE talent. People familiar with the matter identified the wrestler as Brock Lesnar, one of WWE's biggest names. Lesnar did not immediately respond to Thursday's request for comment. The suit said McMahon shared the explicit photos with the star and informed Grant that he said he likes what he sees. And after the star agreed to a new WWE contract, McMahon texted Grant in August 2021 to say that was part of the fucking deal. Oh, excuse me, I take that back. In August 2021, he texted her to say, quote, "That part of the deal was fucking you," end quote. It says that December, McMahon gave Grant's personal cell phone number to the WWE star. The lawsuit said the wrestler asked her to send a video of herself urinating. The suit said, and after she did, he called her a bitch. That same month, the suit said the star expressed his desire to set up a play date, but a snowstorm disrupted the travel plans. Whew.
I think we get the idea, Big Dog.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, obviously we apologize for the graphic nature of this, but
Yeah,
it is
that's why
what
I
it
did that
is,
beforehand. Yeah.
and I'm
Um,
just following up with that.
Yeah. And then yesterday, probably late afternoon, was breaking news that Vince McMahon resigned from TKO the day after the lawsuit. So this one is McMahon, who co-founded the modern WWE in 1982, resigned from his role as TKO executive chairman and from his position on the TKO board of directors. McMahon 78 leaves the publicly traded company, which was formed when UFC merged with WWE last year following the lawsuit. This is from McMahon. This is his quote. I stand by my prior statement that Miss Grant's lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and is a vindictive distortion of the truth. I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations and look forward to clearing my name. However, out of respect for the WWE universe, the extraordinary TKO business and its board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, and all the employees and superstars that have helped make WWE into the global leader it is today, I have decided to resign from my executive chairmanship and TKO board of directors effective immediately. Okay. He's gone now completely from WWE, TKO, Endeavor, whatever you want to call it. But he's still, even though he's gone, he still owns almost 20 million shares of TKO stock. Now, if he were to sell that stock, Friday's closing price was $86.54. That comes out to about $1.73 billion that he has. And that's on top of the $670 million he got when he sold a small percentage of his stock in November.
What is his percentage? You said, I believe you said 20 million shares. What is the
Yes.
percentage of total ownership? Did it say?
I believe I can't remember if they said it was 24 or 32%, somewhere in that area.
Okay. Now, folks, I'm not going to get into the details of stock trading, but when you want to trade those huge amounts, you got to notify, you've got to go get SEC approval
Yeah.
because
So
you're an owner as well as
when
an executive.
when he sold the stock in November, he had to get approval, and it was 8 million shares that he sold at that time for a sum of $670 million.
Okay, now that's interesting. Let's do a little bit of math. If it's 20 million shares equates to 32%, we can say
I
30.
believe.
Oh, no, that's cool. And
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be argumentative. I was actually
yeah,
just following
yeah.
through on that. If 32%, so that's 8 million. I know 20 million divided by 4. Wow. So, oh, that actually almost works out. He might have had 40% of the company at the time. Now, granted, I'm
Mhm.
only inferring. I don't know the full numbers, and I am rounding off a whole bunch, but he sold about, wow, let's see, about 8 or 10%. It could have been 10% before,
Okay. Yeah,
but
because he had 28 million shares and he sold 8 million shares. So that's what I was saying. He has around 20 million shares still.
all right, fair enough. All right. Well, I don't think you've put your personal comments in yet, Big Dog. Why don't you go ahead and lead off with that? And then we'll go to Almighty NorCal Grow, and I will go last on this one.
When I first read about it, I said to myself, "Oh, not again," because as we all know, once they went public and became a publicly traded company, they formed, of course, a new board of directors, and that's when they were going through the books, they found all these payouts, and when they went to McMahon about him, he admitted that they were payouts to keep women quiet, and it was, I believe, 7 to 8 payouts to the tune of between 15 to 17 million dollars in
In
payout
total or each?
in total. So he has a past. He's been known about, it's been known that he's actually been doing this for decades, because one of them was a female referee back in the mid 80s, I believe, that he raped in the car, and he paid her off. I think it was like $8 million to keep quiet about it. So it's an ongoing thing with him. Now, I know the whole innocent until proven guilty. I totally agree with that. But the problem is when it's when there's only one accusation, you're like, okay, he said, she said. There's two, you're like, But when there's 8 of them, guys, and he admits to those 8 being paid off to keep quiet, You know, and now this comes out, and she's got dates, she's got text messages, she's got pictures. So you know, and we may never have heard about this had McMahon stayed with his NDA agreement. And of course, the agreement was for a $3 million payout. He paid $1 million, and for whatever reason, said, "I'm not paying anymore."
Oh, wait a minute. It's alleged that he violated an NDA?
No, it's not alleged. It's he did.
Well, again, we do have to say
Sarcasm,
alleged.
big dog.
Yeah, no, I
Sarcasm.
know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
we
I'm
have to
playing the
alleged.
straight man on this one. Come on.
On this one, folks, and again, I had this conversation with Big Dog yesterday, and even Big Dog's point to me was, dude, there was a payoff, there was an NDA, and he just stopped paying. Folks, if there's an agreement in place and you can prove her wrong, then she's lying. If you can't prove her wrong, it's like, wow. So there's no alleging her on that last statement,
Yeah.
but the complaint says she's suing him because he violated the NDA, right? That's what it comes down to.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So it was a $3 million deal or NDA, and he only paid $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Folks, remember we talked about this over the last 2-3 years with Vince McMahon and how there had been so many deals in the past. And the criminal element of it was it's still incorporated. It still is a legitimate company, and they covered up those things. And that's why he was kicked out. So, or he resigned even then too. Mr. McMahon, good luck. Wow. You're really sharper when it comes to most of the legal stuff than most people. I'd like to see how this is going to be resolved because he stated that
Yeah.
she's wrong, she's lying, this and this. I'm like, well, okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and evidently, and I can't find where I read it yesterday because I was doing some follow-up work that Vince McMahon hired some, of course, high-priced lawyers since he is a billionaire. But I guess this guy specializes in these kinds of accusations, and his track record is like impeccable. So they're already saying she's going to have a tough time. And
Is this the same lawyer that Trump used with that Daniels lady?
no, I didn't recognize the name.
He doesn't know, Almighty. He doesn't know.
I didn't recognize the name of this one because I thought when I read the name, I was like, oh, I've never heard that name before. But
this isn't Rusty Hardin, isn't it, from Texas?
Like
Roger
I said,
Clemens of Texas, that he was called that because he defended Roger Clemens amongst others.
But the depravity, we all knew he was a bit of a freak, as they say, but to the extent what she goes into, and from what I'm hearing, there was more graphic detail in the. I told Roger it was 300 pages. It was not 300 pages. It was actually, I believe they said 87-page document. The lawsuit.
Well, I can see 9 times 3, a factor of. I can see that.
Yeah. So, but people are on the internet, especially on Facebook, are all calling her a gold digger, and they can't understand why. If she was so intimidated or so felt violated, why didn't she go to the police right away? And what people can't seem to understand is especially when you work in a company like WWE, and Vince already has been known to, when you tell him no or you piss him off and he totally destroys you and enjoys doing it, that's what she was afraid of. And as it says in the lawsuit, he enticed her with, all these promotions and this and that, in exchange for a relationship. She's a young girl. There's pictures of her. She's fairly good looking, and she saw it as an opportunity, and it not to be crass, but it blew up in her face, so to speak. The everything that happened afterwards, and she just couldn't see herself getting out of it. because she knows what Vince is capable of and has done in the past. So
Folks, this didn't happen 30 years ago. This happened in 2019, 2020, and 2021. And then in 2021 or 2022, there was an NDA. This just happened. You can't say it. Why did she stay quiet for so long? All right. She obviously complained. They felt they needed to do an NDA. This just happened. But you're going to have the apologists. You're going to have the people that are part of the cult, the believers, the morons that are going to defend this person to the very end. And they are the very elegant proof of um, the exhalation of America, the inherent stupidity of America.
yeah,
Why do they run up and defend this guy? There's absolutely no reason why. Look, folks, screw everything. I don't mean that as a pun. Her claim is very simple. There was an NDA. He violated it. That's it. Screw everything else. So, Aisha, your line about the kind of thing that cost Trump 83.3 million. So, what's it going to cost this guy? Well, that's a little different. He defamed someone. you know, um, he has not defamed her in
yeah.
this. He has said in defense that everything she said is lying. That's not defamation. He's saying he's going to defend himself, whatever. Yeah, it's not the exact same thing yet. But folks, I've always said when it comes to, okay, I'm going off on a tangent here. I've always said when it comes to politics, there's just two basic things. And I'm not going to get into that right now because people are going to get mad. Everything else on the periphery is made to attract people, get them angry, and get them involved. There's just two basic things. Okay. And again, I'm not going to get into that now. That's the same thing that's going on here. She's claiming he violated the NDA. That's it. Okay. And if he violated the NDA, she gets to go public. And then it's
Which he has.
Yes.
Which he has gone. Now the timing was very coincidental. I'll be nice about it. She has a very good lawyer that decided to do this because on Monday, it was I believe it was Monday. It was announced that they entered into a deal with Netflix.
Oh my God, yes.
$5 billion over 10 years to have Raw, just the Raw show, be on Netflix starting in January 2025, so next year. And it will continue for 10 years. They say for the wrestling fans out there, in January of next year, Raw moves to Netflix Live. SmackDown, which is on UPN, I think, or no, it's on Fox. I'm sorry, it's on Fox.
That's funny.
It goes from Fox to USA channel, and NXT goes from USA to the CW, and that both those things will happen in September. So, which is of course the start of the new TV season. So everything gets kind of shuffled around. So Netflix has that $5 billion deal. Then on Tuesday, they announced that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, signed on with TKO to be on their board of directors. And part of the deal was that he gets the name The Rock back, and he now owns that name because he did not own it. So that's why once he became famous in Hollywood, that's why it was Dwayne Johnson in the movies, headlining, not The Rock. In the early ones, because WWE was involved in those movies as executive producers or something, that's why the early movies starred The Rock. And later on, when he became famous and completely separated from WWE, he then became Dwayne Johnson, his real name. But with this new deal with him being on the board of directors of TKO, he now owns, they gave him ownership of the name. And I know that was part of the deal. So that was Monday, and then Tuesday. Wednesday, everything was quiet. And then Thursday, the lawyer came in public and said, we are suing Mr. Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE as a whole for, sexual exploitation the big one, of course, is the sexual trafficking. That's the big one. And then, all the other various things. So, uh, and then because today is the kickoff of the road, what they call the road to WrestleMania. Today is the big pay-per-view, one of the original big four. Today is the Royal Rumble. Now, as soon as the announcement happened on Thursday with McMahon in this lawsuit and all the details came out, by Friday morning, one of their biggest sponsors, Slim Jim, released a statement saying, "We are shit, I can't think of the name. We are suspending our relationship with the WWE till this matter is solved." So Slim Jim is been around with them since the '80s, and for them to pull out and suspend their contract with them because of this, that's a lot of money. And it wasn't I don't think it was coincidence that less than 12 hours later Vince McMahon resigned completely, which of course, and in my personal opinion, is TKO, the owners of WWE, went, "Vince, either you step down or we're publicly firing your ass." So of course he's gonna save face and step down. So as soon as money started being taken away from Endeavor, I knew, the writing's on the wall. I mean, anybody with any type of intellect can see, a $1 billion company like that, once major sponsors start backing out and say, "Nah, we don't want anything to do with you guys." The person that's the main perpetrator of person that's involved in this, they're not going to want that person around. Also, there was some, I guess, rumors from unnamed sources that work for WWE that TKO will start cleaning house. Anybody that is associated with Vince McMahon from the old regime, they're going to get rid of, one way or the other. So we're going to see a lot of big departures of those who know WWE. A lot of big names are going to be no longer there.
Almighty, do you wish to add to this?
I believe we should move on. Big Dog has said enough. We've gone ad nauseum over this already. This is nothing we haven't talked about before with other sports talk, so we just been repeating ourselves. Big Dog said his word. We talked about he went over the most disgusting stuff that I've ever heard in my life.
Sorry.
And well, you did warn us. But to hear this really going on, I just said you two can say something, but Big Dog has said it all, and I have nothing I can add to this that would help or not or whatever. My opinion would probably be the same as NorCal and Scorekeeper and Big Dog as well. So I'll just move on to, I guess, NorCal's next. So you go ahead.
Well, that was a 1 minute and 32 second. I have no comment. Why don't you go ahead, NorCal girl?
I kind of feel the same way that Almighty.
Wait a minute, my no comments usually go for 2 minutes, so maybe I have 57 seconds left, 47 seconds left to go.
I reclaim my mic. Hi, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, NorCal girl.
I pretty much kind of feel the same way that you do. It's been gone over ad nauseum with certain things. And like Scorekeeper said, the main kernel of getting all of this out is the fact that basically the NDA was broken. Go with that. That widens it up that we can go with everything else, including the trafficking, because he's had such a history of this. It's not a 1 time, 2 times, 6 time thing. It's been continual. It's 8 that we know of. How many more don't we know of? So I mean, that's gonna give us the whole thing to get in there, with that NDA and the broken agreement to it, to now get in there and blow everything up, and hopefully we can actually get some justice and clean house and get a cleaner whole board, basically.
I do
Hopefully the
have
man
one.
pays for
Never
what he
mind.
did.
Never mind. Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead.
what was that? Are you reclaiming your time, Almighty?
Yes, I am.
You have 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Anyway, I guess my question is, despite the NDA, does some of that stuff like trafficking and whatever else, does that trigger an automatic investigation by law enforcement, or no?
Yes,
It
it would.
should if
Yes,
she reports it, but that's why Vince has done this as he's done in the past. Is he pays them off before they get to the authorities?
Well, I'm just saying right
exactly.
now, since she's made this.
Oh yeah,
comment,
now they'll definitely
that's
now they'll
what-
look into it.
because you didn't. I don't think that was in the article. He's just denied it, but I just kept thinking laws have changed over the years where this kind of an accusation automatically gets people involved. There's no more, there's no more waiting for someone to report. I mean, to actually report it. They said, well, the accusation's been made. We're going after it no matter what. There's no
Yeah.
regardless
It's
of what she does. I mean, the whoever gets involved, DOJ or the FBI, whoever investigates these crimes, will automatically start going into
Nothing.
it.
Nothing was mentioned in the article, but I'm pretty sure with the accusations being made in such a manner that it was there. Yeah, I think it triggered. I think it triggered the investigation automatically.
I guess I did not have a comment. I forgot about it. But that was my main question: was that in this day and age, if someone does this, it's automatically it looked into.
Well, not only that, is she has what seems to be such well documented proof over a period of time with details, times, acts, the whole bit. It's not just gonna be, oh, he said, she said. It's gonna go a lot deeper.
Exactly.
Okay. I did have one more comment,
Okay.
and that was
What a shock.
was the black dildo bigger than the white dildo?
Speaking
Good
from
question.
Ancestry.com, I pretty much know which one is bigger, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh my gosh!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to pontificate.
One last thing, just real quick. If anybody is surprised by McMahon's depravity, let me just remind you that years ago, Vince McMahon, of course, storyline wise, he plays a character. Vince McMahon plays a character of himself called Mr. McMahon, which is an evil bad guy. And he wanted.
No, he's playing himself.
Yeah, he wanted storyline wise that he was going to have an incestuous relationship with his daughter on the show. And Stephanie, his daughter, shot it down immediately. So Vince then said, okay, well, if we're not going to do it that way, how about instead you have a relationship with your brother? And she's like, no, we are not. I am not going to do that storyline wise.
Shut down. No one would carry that. That would be shut down immediately.
This was the early 2000s when they were doing their Attitude Era stuff.
Hold on a minute. Dude, all the N-words, all of the sexual words that were used by McMahon over the years, they were never shut down. How many times did he use the N-word in his programs? I don't know if it was as Mr. McMahon or as himself. He got away with it.
It was actually both.
But how long ago was that?
That would have been the early 2000s.
Not too long ago.
I know, but still, there was kind of a leeway back then, even unfortunately.
Yeah, and at that time, that was when they were what was called the Attitude Era. That's when they pushed the envelope as far as they could.
Yeah, but still.
So that was one of the storylines he wanted to do.
I'm reclaiming my time. Your 5 minutes are over, Almighty.
No, but one more thing.
Chair reclaims the time. Chair reclaims the time.
Except
I know.
Kentucky and West Virginia.
No, I agree. That it was crazy for him to even suggest that, and even Stephanie, his daughter, was like, as soon as he said it, she was like, no, that's that, no. There's no way I'm doing that.
Well,
for him to even suggest that,
good for her, but still, I didn't know that, and that's very, very disgusting. And I would hope that would turn off a lot of wrestling fans of that, except for West Virginia and Kentucky.
Nope.
That's funny,
West
Almighty. That
West
is so
Virginia,
funny.
Kentucky, they probably thought they were at a Sunday brunch.
That's right. That's true.
But
Some
anyways,
would
now
be,
that that's over,
besides me, some would be turned off and some would be turned on, like, but
yeah.
Okay, all right,
So
Almighty. You
Anyway,
went
I
5
am
minutes,
done. Go ahead,
Almighty.
North Cowgirl.
Reclaiming the time, Almighty. You went 5 minutes and 42 seconds on a non-comment, so that's good.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
he's
Don't
a
be
future
sorry.
politician.
Don't be
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
All right. The
I think that'll
gentlewoman from NorCal.
I already said my piece.
Oh, fine. I'm reclaiming the time. The
Okay.
chair has it.
So
I
so
will
now
not
that we're finished with the Vince McMahon stuff.
No, we're not.
Oh,
No,
we're not? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
I will not pontificate. I will acquiesce to Big Dog.
Well, now that we're
Oh,
finished with this, Anime Girl can come in now because she said she was going to wait till this particular story was over before she come on to the
I've been
show.
trying to say
So
that
now we're
one
over.
line for like 3 minutes already. So,
Good
folks, it
golly.
speaks for itself. Look,
That was a story we could have done without, but we do need to cover it. Big Dog. I'm just saying we could have,
bam!
Yeah.
but we had to cover it, Big Dog. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know.
We had to.
I know.
It's just unfortunate I had to go on for 10 minutes about all the crap.
You're
he was
now at
doing.
6 minutes.
Anime Girl,
Hey,
good morning.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm being timed.
good morning, anime girl.
Oh, how you
Hello,
doing?
Anime Girl. How are you doing?
Well, I thought I was joining sports talk with the guys, but it seemed I was more into a blue movie than anything else. So I
No,
thought
I think it was porn.
sit on
porn
the
talk with
sidelines
the
and
guys.
just let it go.
It was sports related because it's about
It is.
wrestling.
Well,
It was
one
sport-
could
it
say
was
it's sports
talk with the
related.
guys.
I didn't know Bed Jump Olympics was covered in sports talk with the guys.
You'd
but I
be
didn't
surprised
know.
how boring and droll we can be. So,
Not going
Did you
there.
tell your mom that I was going to try not to be so rude?
oh,
Yes, I did.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I
I
changed
mean,
And
my
here we
mind.
go.
And
I
she
changed
just
my
turned
mind.
around, looked at me in very impolite terms, and went, "In his dreams."
I miss Gene.
That's funny.
I can't help myself. I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 6:53 a.m. on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. We're going to get to the football picks in about 6 to 7 minutes. And we're just going to get it going knowing that we have everyone here. Of course, I'm scorekeeper. Over to that side, that's Almighty. That's the big dog over there. Right here, Anime Girl and NorCal Girl. So, what's the weather like out there, Anime Girl? Because I'm shocked. I had the weather page still open here on my browser, but
Oh,
it
good
has
Lord.
been terminated by Spectrum due to it being a malicious site. Like, what? What? Well, what's going
Really?
on? Yeah. So I got an alert that they blocked it for some reason.
Well, I wish it was
Oh
a
my God.
malicious
Weather
bloody
site.
act because we had frost this morning.
Father
So-
Frost was visiting.
Yeah, we had a frost, and now the temperature, I think the last time I checked, was something like 4 degrees centigrade.
Wow.
Not that brilliant.
So that's in
40
the
centigrade.
low
So it'd be
40s,
about
right?
37, 41 right in there.
I suppose so, thereabouts. All I know it's a bit of a lazy wind, as we call it.
Ah.
Through you, not round you.
Wow, a lazy wind. I like it. Yeah, folks, that website that was blocked by Spectrum is weather.com. So go
Oh,
figure.
God, that's what I looked at this morning.
You know what's weird, Raj? Just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, my weather.com app stopped working on my iPhone. It won't. I can't get it to work.
Well, maybe there is something, and Spectrum may have saved me some indignity right now. So we shall see.
So
All
there
right,
you
folks,
go, big
well-
dog. I've just double checked. It's now sitting, apparently, according to my weather forecast people, it's sitting at 8 degrees
Celsius.
Centigrade.
Celsius.
Right?
Yeah, 8 degrees Celsius.
So what is that in Fahrenheit?
I'm checking right now. 8 degrees.
30, 32?
No, that's
Celsius
in
to
the
Fahrenheit.
low 40s, maybe middle 40s.
No, but
That is 46.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
I told you.
Toma!
I told you, Roger.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And yet you're now at 7 minutes and 12 seconds reclaiming my time.
I'm being timed this morning, Anime Girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
I heard this. I mean, first he writes everything down. Now he's timing people. What's next?
I just thought it was absolutely amusing that he said, I'm gonna, Big Dog said everything, and his soliloquy went on for a minute 34.
Next will be him muting us as we talk when he feels we're done.
Who,
Yeah.
me?
Well, he does that anyway. He does it to Northbound girl. He just presses the button and sends her off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I need clarity on that.
Well,
I
you
need,
know.
whoa. Girl,
So,
Oh Lord!
what
But
in
I,
the heck?
I have visions. I have visions. I
will
don't know what I
say-
want.
I will say she sometimes needs that button clicked about 3, 4, 5 times before she goes off. So not just once.
For the love of
I
God,
I
I
really don't
envision
need
that.
these visuals.
Yeah.
You did not.
Don't you be wiggling your
Oh no,
finger at
no,
me.
no! God, no!
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Don't you be wiggling-
before we go on,
Lisa
I
doesn't
have
say God yes.
two articles from baseball that I just want to hit real quick before we start football. One is sad news, unfortunately, and the other, of course, we will talk, which is the Hall of Fame. But first off, it was reported on. Come on. It was reported on January 22nd.
Come on.
Hall of Famer second baseman Ryan Sandberg, who played 15 seasons for the Cubs, announced on Instagram that he has been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer and has begun treatment. Sandberg, who is 64, was a 10-time All-Star during his 15 seasons with the Cubs from 82 to 97. He hit 282 home runs, 344 stolen bases. Oh, wow. I didn't know he stole that many bases.
Oh, yeah. He
Uh,
was
after-
genuine all around.
After his playing career, he served as manager of the Phillies from 2013 to 2015, going 119 and 159. So everyone here, Ryan, Mr. Sandberg, everyone here at Sports Talk with the Guys hopes for the best in your treatment of the cancer. Now, on to better, more happier news. The 2024 Hall of Fame class was announced on January 23rd. And of course, Joe Bauer, Todd Helton, and Adrian Beltre were elected to the Baseball Writers Association of America Hall of Fame. Scorekeeper, were you happy with these picks?
No, I was not happy. And but my
What were you
opinion
not
matters.
happy about?
Surprise,
The
surprise,
numbers
surprise.
and the people who were actually not chosen. Look, I am far from I can't remember. He has 509 home runs. He was with the Dodgers, also was with the Yankees. Actually, he
Sheffield?
started with Sheffield.
Sheffield?
Look,
Gary Sheffield got 63.9% of the vote. And of course,
he is now done, I believe.
for those who don't know, you need 75% or better. So you need three quarters of the vote. Beltre did the best. He got 95.1%. Helton got 79.7%. And Joe Mauer got 76.1%. Just missing the cut was Billy Wagner at 73.8. Then it was Sheffield at 63.9. Then it was Andre Jones, Carlos Beltran, Alex Rodriguez with 34.8%, Manny Ramirez with 32.5%, Chase Utley, Omar Vizcael, Bobby Abreu, Jimmy Rollins, and Andy Pettit got 13.5%.
Folks, as you know, Dan Schlossberg is on this network. He did Braves Banner for many years. He also did it on this network. He is part of Travelich Radio. He is an author of over 41 baseball books. One is going to be coming out in April, and he will be on. He's going to be interviewed officially, and I am looking forward to that. But he wrote an article in the IBWAA, which I receive weekly, Monday through Saturday, and I'm going to see if I can put a link to it. But even Dan, he audibleized what I was thinking, and this was from the Friday one. And I think to keep on time, maybe we should switch to football. But his article is, I'm not satisfied with the Hall of Fame voting. And this is what angered me the most. I should have known this due to my involvement in voting and the way people are. I've studied this my entire life, folks. And I'm not talking about just the United States of America. I mean, this is my passion. I'm an activist. And by saying that word, I just tuned out 50% of the audience. Folks, an activist is I'm choosing to get what I want in the system. That's what it means. An activist is not a derisive word. It means, unlike you who sit on your ass, I'm actually going out and getting what I want. So that's the difference. And if that's a bad word for you, well, then go shove it up your wherever the sun doesn't shine. So, be that as it may, what angered me was that several Hall of Fame writers that are eligible have the habit of choosing one or maybe two and then discarding the rest. When you have, it's one thing where who's going to win or who's not going to win, that's fine. But when you have a requirement to get at 70% or better, 75% or better, that's insensitive. That is, yes, you have the right to vote for whatever you want. But the jackassity that is being exhibited by these writers, when you have a threshold to cross, you are doing a disservice to, well, your inherent lack thereof. You are doing a disservice to the players. You are doing a disservice to the system as a whole. If it's a requirement to pass, you should and you must vote. Yes, you have the right. But dude, when you're going to be that jackasstic, you're ruining it for the rest of us. You have the privilege of making that decision, and yet you're literally throwing your vote away. So I'm going to get into the article that Dan Schlossberg wrote, maybe after we do the football picks, but I am unhappy what I have learned because I couldn't find it in time, but we know how many writers they are. We know how many votes they get. So theoretically, if there are 10 writers, there should be 100 votes. While the vote numbers don't match, the numbers are always less. That's a shame. That's a shame. Again, I get it because they're making the determination, well, so-and-so shouldn't be a Hall of Famer, so they shouldn't get a vote. I get that part of it. But look at what you're doing to the Hall of Fame voting. You're going for the most popular, and that's it. And you are bastardizing the system. So I'll leave that right now. I'm going to reclaim my time because we're going back to the football right now.
It's been 5 minutes since you.
Yeah, thank you, Almighty. Yes, you're out of order. So we're good.
While you're setting up the multitude of games that will be played tomorrow, I will give the cumulative
That might take him a few hours.
Our personal picks. Yeah, I know. So here we go, guys.
That is insensitive, and I'm not going to accept that.
Too bad. Tough shit. So here we go, guys. Of course, as usual, from bottom to top. Last week's cumulatives were Gridiron Girl went 0 for 4, 0%. She is 4 and 6, 40%. Color Maven went 4 and 0, 100%. She's 5 and 5, 50%. Tortuga fell from grace. He went 1 and 3, 25%. He is now 6 and 4, 60%. Engineer went 4 and 0, 100%. 6 and 4, 60%. Dream went 3 and 1, 75%. He is 7 and 3, 70%. Philly Special went 4 and 0. He is set for 100%. He is 7 and 3, 70%. Anime Girl went 4 and 0, 100%. She is 7 and 3, 70%. Almighty went 4 and 0, 100%. He is 7 and 3, 70%. Scorekeeper went 4 and 0, 100%. He is 7 and 3, 70%. NorCal Girl went 1 and 1, 50%. She is 6 and 2, 75%. Coffee went 3 and 1, 75%. He is 8 and 2, 80%. And I went 4 and 0, 100%. I am 8 and 2, 80%.
Boo! I mean, yay, big dog.
The only goddamn time I was up on the top.
I know. I take it while you can, right, big dog?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we don't mix the playoffs with the regular season.
So. I know.
But congratulations, big dog. No, seriously. I'm just
even if we combined it, Philly Special was so far ahead. Yeah. The only one that was close was NorCal Girl, and she was like 6 games behind. So He ran away with this one. It was like when the Yankees won, what was it, 140 games or something?
But yes, 1998, if I'm not mistaken. They started
Yeah,
I
1-4, and they ended up counting the playoffs and everything. They went 125-40 after they started the
No one
season.
wants to hear about the Yankees.
Hey, it's beautiful. Hey, I did right there. Kiss their ring. There it is, my baby. There you go.
One that turns viewers off. We probably lost half our viewership. We start talking.
No, they
about
lost half
Yankees.
the viewership earlier when I made my comments. So, it's
Yeah,
okay. So we cannot go half of a half.
yeah,
So,
you're
ladies
true.
and gentlemen, all kidding aside, we're going to get to it right now. We really only have 2 games. So, knowing the different roles that we take, I was going to ask
Where's
NorCal
Engineer?
Girl.
God damn it.
I don't know. I was going to ask NorCal Girl to do the first game, which is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. And I was going to ask Almighty to go ahead and handle the second game, the Detroit Lions and San Francisco 49ers.
Your wish is my command.
Um,
Woohoo.
That would be
Now-
my line.
I was going to allude to that, but I was too busy finishing the meal that I'm having this morning.
More bloody
again?
food?
Saving
I
stuff.
sent you a
getting stuff
message in the
later.
private chat, Liz. I said, yes, Liz, I'm
I saw
consuming
that.
food this morning.
I saw
Oh,
that.
God,
What food are
I
you
didn't catch
consuming?
Mine
that.
as well.
What food are you consuming?
I'm
Food.
having leftovers from yesterday. As a matter of fact, it's a little crass. I had hot dogs, 3 of them, but I was only able to finish one yesterday. So I am now 1.5 of the way through to finishing all 3. So I only have about half left.
So you're eating wieners.
Yes,
Is it a pink?
he ate one weenie yesterday. Now he's eating the other 2 today.
He had one white one and one black one.
Yeah.
No. I want to know if it's from Pink's.
Oh no.
From who? Big NorCal girl?
From Pink's? No, that's a
Yeah.
that's a
No,
special
he's not going
trip,
to drive
right,
all
Big
the
Dog?
way for a hot dog. Only if he's in the area will he get
Big
one.
Hey,
Dog,
it's
did you
Yes,
and
sir.
I go
worth
to
it. I've
Pink's?
gone to Sacramento
No.
for it.
No, we haven't.
Wait.
Not
You've been
together.
to-
I've
you've
gone
been to
I've gone there,
Sacramento?
but not with you.
There's a Pink's in Sacramento?
No, I said I've traveled from Sacramento down to
Oh,
LA just for
understood.
Pink's.
Well,
Maybe
okay.
trip at Stanley and other things too, but it was mainly for Pink.
Wow. Now,
Cool.
That's
ladies and gentlemen,
compliment for a hot dog.
Pink's is a genuine world famous site. They prepare, I believe, 200 and God knows how many different types of hot dogs. If you can think it,
Yeah.
chances are they do it. And they're open 24 hours. There's a line. Sometimes it's relatively quick. Sometimes you just got to wait there. But they're hot dogs, folks. You don't have to wait that long. And that's the thing. Pink's and Tommy's are world famous for that. Doesn't matter how long the lines are, huh, Big Dog? They move fast, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But Pink's is known for creating every hot dog. And when you walk into the little restaurant, you look on all the walls and you see all the people that have been there. And it's quite a few well-known people. But no, we did not go to Pink's. These were homemade. So no, we didn't kill the pork. Almighty's still alive. Don't worry about that, folks.
Yeah. Oh well.
I'm surprised Mr. Almighty didn't come back with a 3.5-minute soliloquy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
We don't have time for that.
All right, folks.
No, you won't.
I don't know. Oh, reclaiming my time, Liz. Thank you. Here we go, folks. As the chair, we're going to go ahead and go to the Kansas City Chiefs that are 11-6 versus the Baltimore Ravens. Go for it, young lady.
Alrighty, we've got the Chiefs at, like you said, 11-6 versus Baltimore Ravens at 13-4. Right now, the Chiefs are 9th in offense, while the Ravens are 6th. The Chiefs are 2nd in defense, and the Ravens are once again 6th. Okay, here's a switch. The Chiefs are 6th in passing, and the Ravens are 21st. I don't like that. In rushing, the Chiefs are 19th versus the Ravens at number 1.
Let me stop you right there. 9, 2,
13,
6, and 19.
13,
That's
20,
36.
30.
And then you have 6, 6, 21. And wow, folks, that's 36 to 34. That's close.
Yeah.
That is close. But the overriding number is if I may, the Chiefs are 2nd in defense and the excelling rushing of the Ravens at 1. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Liz.
No. That's fine. The last time these guys played actually was September 19th of 21, and it was a very close game. It was by 1 point by the Ravens, 36-35.
All right, we'll go. Oops, sorry, folks. Let me. Yes, these are all the game. These are all the episodes and stuff. So let me go to it right now. I apologize. Here it is. We have the Chiefs, Ravens right now. Big Dog has them for the gambling folk. Ravens -4. Is that correct, Big Dog?
Yes. Yes. Both are correct. I checked them just before I came on.
Thank you. Anime Girl, do we have a win probability?
We do indeed have a win probability of 64.3% for the Ravens.
Wow. That's wow. Okay. They are at Baltimore. Do we have a weather report, Almighty?
It is going to be 67% chance of rain, and the temperature will be 46 degrees with the wind coming out of the northeast at 12 miles per hour.
And ladies and gentlemen, I've been a little tardy. We had likes from Peter Gama, Aisha Kerr, and now from Thomas Whitney. Get your butt in here, Thomas. So let's see if he's going to join us. Hopefully he will. Bam! All right. Do we have an injury report? What did I yell, Liz? I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, it was the ding.
Oh, okay. The ding gives you pause or causes you to
No,
audible sigh.
no, it hurts my head when
Oh,
it's done.
like that has stopped you before, Dream. You've been walking to work. You've been driving, running errands before, and now you're driving. And now, I'm sorry, it's beneath you to join us live. Okay, all right, Dream.
Ooh.
Thank you for that, because he says he's driving. All right, okay, fine. I mean, dude, put it up on your heads-up display in your baller car, dude. Come on, man. So,
Yeah,
all
it's
right, he is
hands-free.
driving right now. Say what?
Maybe he can't pay attention to two things at one time.
It's Dream. He's still a young man. He can do a lot of things. Anime Girl, do we have an injury report?
We do. It looks like the Chiefs have got 3 out. We have got Moore, the linebacker, is out with the mysterious undisclosed. Yes, watch my language. Prince, the tight end, is also out with the mysterious undisclosed. Oh, I'm pushing it today. And Funny, the guard, is out with his pectoral. The Ravens, on the other hand, only have 1 out, and that is Seymour, the cornerback. He is out with his shoulder.
Wait a minute. The cornerback is named Seymour?
No, cornerback, not quarterback. Cornerback.
I thought I
Seymour.
said cornerback.
No.
That's why I said
No,
the
you said
cornerback.
Yeah.
Wait.
The quarterback is Jackson. For
No,
the Ravens.
carry on as you were. So,
Oh well.
Is his last name Butts?
No, he retired. He
Oh,
retired a long time. He
Lord.
retired a long time ago.
yeah, he, he retired under the seats singing the theme song IP freely.
All I know is
the person named IP Freely was above him in on the booth in the bleachers, unfortunately. So
Okay.
I feel sorry for him because first of all that his parents named him Seymour Butts, but the fact that he grew up and had to go through grade school and middle school with that name, I know he got beat up on the regular with that name. And then, of course, when he became the linebacker that he did, because I think he was 6'4", 275 or whatever the hell it was, I know he got revenge on everybody who picked on him.
yeah, I think that stopped.
Yeah, definitely stopped on him receiving it. He started delivering. So he became a UPS guy. So, sorry. Folks, who do we have for the Ravens?
Everybody.
Aisha?
He
Oh, I'm
gave the injury
sorry.
report.
I apologize that I'm drawing this out of you.
Well, like I said in my little thing there, I just don't know about this game. It's closer than you think between the two teams. I mean, the Chiefs have done bloody well, and so's the Ravens.
And Aisha, I'm sorry, I apologize. Did you give the injury report for the Ravens?
Yes, I
Yes.
did.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. All
It was-
right.
It was just
Seymour.
Seymour Butts.
Remember Seymour?
Oh, I thought that was for the Chiefs. Sorry about that. Okay.
That was Seymour Butts.
All right. Well, then,
Right,
hot
you-
diggity damn, all
Be
of
as
you are
many
doing
butts
so
as you
well.
like, Almighty.
No.
That's
Watch
what.
your language.
Yeah, that was the problem I had when I went to the beach and girls were in bikinis. But I got in trouble a lot for that.
Yeah, me too.
As
So
long as it's the
Thomas
butts you're
says,
looking at.
sorry.
Yeah.
Thomas says ran out of duct tape for hands free. Sorry, Thomas. Next time you need redneck repair tape, contact Almighty beforehand. Or actually, NorCal Girl might do in a pinch.
I actually have plenty of duct tape. Use it
You
a
have
lot on my
redneck
kids'
repair tape?
mouths. Oh God, yeah. Duct tape is wonderful. Shoot. It's even great in emergencies if you gash yourself.
Being a well, yeah, you are a first responder, so I'm not going to argue that. All right, well, fair enough. Folks, I'm sorry. I got way ahead and backtracked and distracted, and someone said girls on a beach in bikinis, so I lost it from that point forward. So far, we have for the Raven. Oh, well, let's just get to it. Liz, who are you going to go for? Because right here you have the
The
Ravens.
Ravens.
Ravens, you sticking with them?
Yes.
Okay. Aisha.
I think
That's good.
therefore I am. I'll stick with the Ravens.
You think, therefore you are. Good for you. Almighty, what's it going to be?
The Ravens have won 8 straight. I mean, not 9 straight. I mean, 9 straight. And the Chiefs have been wonky all year long. So I'm going to take. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Well, you
think
certainly ain't taking me home after that game.
The Ravens have not won 9 straight. They lost the final game of the year on January 6th against Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they didn't play anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, then they've won 7 straight with regular players.
Okay, I like that caveat. Okay.
Oh, I like that dream. I miss you, buddy. Swift plot armor. I like it. I like it. All right. So, Big Dog, who are you going to go for?
Well, first I want to answer Thomas saying that he ran out of duct tape. We all know you can drive hands free without anything other than a certain appendage that drives for you. But beyond that, I'm going to be the outlier. Yeah,
I've used the knee. I've used it, so that's not the appendage we're talking about.
no.
That's what I said. He didn't mean the knee.
I'm going to be the outlier. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Oh, so you're going with Almighty?
Yes, we're jumping off the bridge together.
That's right.
I would normally go for the Chiefs in this one, but that running game is impressive. They seem to continue to find a win. This is the Ravens of a team not too long ago, and
True, but don't forget the Chiefs on defense. Aren't they? Weren't their defense? What the hell was the rating on their defense?
Second, didn't it?
Second overall.
Yeah. So, what's gonna hold up in this game is the question: the running game or the defense. So
You're also forgetting that Taylor Swift said to Kelsey, "You don't win, you don't get none." So remember that. There won't be no country poo-tang for this man.
Never good. Wow.
Yeah. He's going to be so damn frustrated, he ain't going to be able to play straight.
Well, he's been doing that all year long, ever since he met Taylor Swift, anime girl. Have you seen how many balls he's been dropping?
yeah.
More ways than one.
Yep, and she's
All
also been
right,
dropping his
and
balls.
I got a personal message from Engineer.
Oh,
The engineer just gave me his picks, so he is picking. Put it up. He is going for the Ravens.
Okay, we'll save his pick for the next one. So thank you, Engineer. Thank you for notifying us of the picks.
Yay.
So,
Yeah, he says he just woke up.
oh, is that what it is?
Oh,
my
That's
God,
really?
nice of
Jay.
you, though, Big Dog.
Likely excuse.
Yeah, too much grass.
We know what Jay's doing.
I wouldn't
Mhm.
know. So if we'll
He's
do the
getting too grounded.
recap, Big Dog, in
Yes,
absence
sir.
of hey, where the hell is she? Gridiron Girl, come on, woman, where are
She
you?
get, she gave her picks ahead of time, so that's why I figured she wasn't going to be here.
Yeah,
Probably has a hangover.
she should be here. So, all right,
Yeah, she
go
probably has
ahead,
a
Big
hangover
Dog,
though.
please.
Maybe she's
Try
in the
to
All
mountains
right.
again.
recap.
In the recap uh for the Chiefs, we have Almighty and myself. For the Ravens, we have Coffee, Gridiron Girl, Dream, NorCal Girl, Color Maven, Philly Special, Anime Girl, Scorekeeper, and Engineer.
And Big Dog, I don't know if you've noticed, but every time Gridiron Girl does the recap and she says coffee, gig, I'm like, oh, woman, it's you. Don't speak of yourself in the third person.
Oh yeah, no,
And
I've
even
noticed
right
that.
now,
Yeah,
you did Almighty and myself. That was funny. That was good. So,
There's
all right, there we
nothing
have
wrong
it.
with talking
Done.
about- Plus,
Let's
one
get to
more
the.
thing you have to remember: I'm not going to pick Browns 1.0.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Got it. All right, Almighty, you're up.
Uh-oh, here we go. One of the greatest championship games maybe to be played. The 12-5 Detroit Lions are going to San Francisco to play the 49ers. And this is a 6:30 game Eastern time on Fox. Let's get to it. Although I guess that is Levi Stadium, right? Where they wear
Yes, sir.
everybody has to wear jeans.
Yes.
Yep.
So here we go. On offense, the Lions are third, and the 49ers are second. On defense, the Lions are 19, and the 49ers are eighth. And on passing, the Lions are second, and the San Francisco 49ers are fourth. And in rushing, another close matchup. The Lions are fifth. The 49ers are third. Can the Lions stop McCaffrey? That will be the key to this fucking game. Last time these teams met was back on September 12th, 2021, in a high-scoring, highfalutin game that the 49ers won 40.
You didn't.
I
He
did.
did.
Oh, God.
Hi, Almighty.
What?
I don't think he knows.
He didn't know he was muted. No.
Yeah, he didn't know. And it
And
sucked because he was doing a great commentary on that.
in the comparables is 29 for the Lions and 19 for the Niners.
I was muted?
Yeah, he muted you at the very end of it. You
Just
were
the
going on.
last
You were
2
on.
seconds.
You were on such a roll. It was great, and all of a sudden, that was it.
What happened?
I just muted you
I
Why?
thought somebody had
because
flipped
I
it.
was told that I would be taking control. Dude, it was just the
You
last
don't
2
mute.
seconds.
Oh my God! Oh my
Dude,
God!
you announced the final game, and you had right when you gave the scores is when I muted it deliberately. That was it.
Oh my
The last 2
gosh.
seconds, buddy. That's all
Oh
it was.
my gosh!
Yes, you're welcome.
No, you're not welcome.
All right,
As
folks.
long as I
Actually,
got
Big
through it, I
Dog.
don't care. If I got through
Yeah,
it,
Not 19.
it's 17, not 19.
Yeah. So these are impressive numbers. So Almighty. Well, okay, I'll get you in just a moment, sir. Sorry. Big Dog gave us for the gambling folk -7 for the 49ers. Is there a win probability?
There certainly is. The old folks seem to have a 73.5% win probability.
Wow. All right. Almighty. Go for the kill and give us the weather
What the
report.
hell?
Okay, there is no dome, but
No dome.
it will be partly cloudy, 72 degrees, with the wind coming out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour, with no chance of rain as it looks. So it'll be partly cloudy, but since it's going to be played so late, I don't think it's going to matter about cloudy or sunshine.
That's actually nice weather, man. That
Yep,
is
yep, yep.
It's very nice
for
weather.
a January
Yes, it
27th
is.
game. Yeah. All right.
Should be
Do
a good
we
game, my
have?
friends. Both games should be very good to watch.
Yeah.
More excitement.
Do we have an injury
That's
report?
short weather and a jacket for us.
I'm sorry, Anime Girl. Do we have an injury report?
Yes, yeah, I was just waiting for everybody to, you know.
To shut up.
Shut up.
No, they were having a little conversation. I thought, why interrupt? I don't want to be rude.
As you were, proceed.
Thank you. Okay, then. Pre-injury game report is the Lions have 4 out. We have the guard, Vitaly, is injury reserve with his back. Ibrahim, the running back, is out with his hip. Oh dear. The wide receiver, Raymond, is out with his knee. Jackson, the guard, is out with his knee. And finally, Jefferson, the running back, is out with mysterious undisclosed.
Again,
Again.
watch your language.
Seems like it's very contagious throughout the entire league.
Exactly.
It's a HIPAA
And now,
violation.
for the Niners, we have only 2 out. We have Verrett, the cornerback, is out with his shoulder, and Hawkins, the safety, is out with his wrist. So we don't know what he's been doing, but obviously he's damaged his wrist doing it.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And speaking of oh my, almighty, what's it going to be?
I will be taking the 49ers.
That was impressive.
I always
Almighty. Big Dog, what's it going to be?
I'll be taking the California boys.
Damn dogs, shut up. NorCal Girl, what's it going to be? Oh, you've chosen the 49ers. Are you going to stick with them?
My hometown boys all the way. I wasn't born in San Francisco for nothing.
You were born in San Francisco?
I was born in Haight-Ashbury.
Somebody has to be.
remember she was part of the hippie culture back in the 60s.
No, I don't remember.
What?
But good for you. Okay.
No
Enemy Girl.
girl is a hippy tippy chick.
Like I said, I was born in the Haight.
Anyway, scorekeeper, we digress. Please continue.
Anime Girl, your pick.
My pick is quite simple. I'm going for the old folks. Much as though I would like the Lions to win, I'm going for the old folk. Who the hell ding-donging with the phone?
I apologize. I received an email right now. Do you guys can hear that? I'm so sorry.
That is not
Yes.
I get lots of emails you can hear. So if everyone hears that ding dong, you know how many emails I receive.
Yeah.
I
We just
stated
know the
one
ding
time,
dongs getting ding
We
dongs.
know what we don't hear on a ding dong with that.
the ding dong is being fed with ding dongs. Okay, so
No, we know what ding dongs
all
are.
right, scorekeeper wanted to go for the Lions, but nah, I'm gonna go for the 49ers.
Uh-oh.
I'll never hear it from Jay. So
He's a
whatever.
joiner. He's a joiner.
Everyone but Gridiron. Ooh.
And of course, Engineer is going for the Niners.
Really? She is.
Really?
I'd kill him if he didn't.
That's too surprising for me.
Wow.
I would never have guessed old engineer going for the 49ers. Who would
That
have
means,
thought?
that means he's been really grounded.
I may jump to the Lions, but for right now, I'm gonna keep. It
Yeah.
right.
So
So
we'll see if
Big
he'll
Dog.
be the outlier. With
No,
with
Gridiron
her
Girl is
Gridiron
there.
Girl.
Yeah. So Big Dog, would you do the recap, please?
Sure, for the Lions, a Gridiron Girl. For the Niners, Coffee, Dream, NorCal Girl, Color Maven, Philly Special, Almighty, myself, Anime Girl, Scorekeeper, and Engineer.
And ladies and gentlemen, that does it for conference games. We have both of our games. They're on Sunday, January 28th. Congratulations for all, and it's a pleasure doing this. Big Dog, you have the con while I go update this thing on Sports Talk with the Guys. And once everyone is able, please go there, like that. We know you've seen the post. So I'm going to continue by posting that right now. You have the con, big dog, please.
Okay, now just to let everybody know, according to the script, it's supposed to be the Niners and the Ravens in the Super Bowl because of the logo. Now the logo is predominantly purple with some red in it. Now the previous two logos from the previous two Super Bowls, um, I don't know if anybody's paid attention to it. Of course, they've talked about the so-called script, but the team with that has the dominant color is the team that loses. So 2 years ago, it was the Rams and the Bengals, and the logo was predominantly red. The Bengals lost. Last year, it was the Chiefs and the Eagles, with the logo being predominantly bluish, aquamarine, whatever color you want to call it, with very little red in it, and the Eagles lost. This year, of course, it is predominantly purple, which is the Ravens color with a little bit of red, which technically would be the Niners. So if the Niners were to win, that scenario will still hold true, but we shall see. They have to get past this round in the first place.
Thank you for that, big dog. That adds to the story. We did talk about this before about the conspiracy theory. I
Yeah.
think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, but that was not mentioned. The predominance of the colors. So that's good stuff. All right, I have updated the Facebook page.
No, let me check.
So if Thoustis would take a look at it, people, that would be absolutely awesome. And of course, Coffee did have a
Awesome.
comment about one of our posts, and it had to do with Hiroki Kuroda, Sports Talk with the Guys. But it was Dan commenting
It
about
has been it has been updated. Just I checked.
Major League
Right.
Baseball Hall of Fame is garbage, and he asks about Joe Mauer. So thank you for that, Coffee.
Oh yes.
We'll just proceed.
Would you expect anything less than a negative comment from Coffee?
Coffee and I are AB positive on the blood types. It
Doesn't
is very
matter.
difficult for me to go against that.
No, we don't care if you can get married or not.
Well, hey, we are obviously of the same ilk, and it is what it is.
I do not agree with that because you give props where it is deserved, and you have positive outcomes in a lot of your soliloquies, whereas all I get is nothing but negativity, and diarrhea of the mouth usually from Coffee.
Gentlemen and ladies, I didn't say I take his side. I said it is very difficult for me to argue with that individual. So I just felt I needed to repeat that one. But all kidding
Yay.
aside. Oh, I'm sorry, Almighty. What was that?
Said yay.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay. That's it. That's what we're going to get out of you at this hour of the morning?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Well, he could have just went yay.
Yeah, but it's a good morning to be. It's a good morning in America.
Also, just real quick, yesterday, and I can't believe it's been 4 years already, but yesterday was the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's tragic death.
Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday because
I saw that and I was like, wow, 4 years already? Jeez.
but they don't bring it up much anymore, do they, big dog? I mean, just like did you have to think about it on your own, or did you see it somewhere being mentioned?
I saw it on I think it was an ESPN. I was on the website, and there was one of the tickers going by talking about that it was 4 years.
I saw it was a ticker thing.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
Well, it's a sad story that has fallen to just a ticker thing. I mean, that was I mean, it's anyway. We all remember that because it was like championship game time, and we were trying to do championship games with Kobe Bryant's death on our minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I remember because Roger and we went live for a couple of hours talking about it, getting news as it came in.
And in addition to that, folks, that was probably days, if not weeks, before the world changed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, before that fake stuff happened. Yeah.
No.
That's true. I mean, it had started, but it wasn't worldwide yet.
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
folks, I actually didn't know of it, only because I was following these two kids. Well, they're gentlemen
Uh-oh.
that live in
Grooming.
China at the time, and they're younger. It's, play with it
No,
however you want.
that's the problem.
So, yeah, Almighty, all right. So the point is that they were talking about how they had escaped China because of what was going on, and they were talking about all
Mm.
these things. And I had seen their videos, and I cannot believe that I'd actually tuned them out. They were showing graphic images, and they had mentioned that they were probably going to be arrested, so they had to leave because they were showing these images that the Chinese government was trying to cover up,
Oh my
and
God!
it
Oh
was
my God!
really a
He's
shame
here! He is
that
here!
people were trying to actually,
He's
cover
here!
that up. Yeah, okay. Hi, Dream.
Hi guys.
There he is, the man of the hour.
Stud Muffin! I've been waiting to do that for months.
Oh
Years
man.
even.
Nah, way to make a guy feel welcome. Jeez.
Where you
I
been,
love it.
buddy?
Good, good, good.
You've
I
been working
am
hard.
laughing. I have been, actually. We all have.
So how are things in
Um,
Arizona?
hot. Well, actually, no, right now they're cold. When I moved here, it was hot as everything. Um, felt more like Anakin than anybody else over on Mustafar. uh, this summer, we hit a high of 122 degrees.
Oh, that's
Uh,
right.
Yeah, and then now we're in like the 40s and 50s and stuff like that. So it's a big change of pace.
I bet from Louisiana.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
I just want to say one thing real quick. Um, Anybody find it odd that Dream comes on and Scorekeeper leaves?
Well, I had. Yep.
But you
Well, I had.
traded in alligators for coyotes
Yeah, really,
and
really.
rattlesnakes.
Yep, and scorpions.
And
Scorpions. I was just gonna say scorpions.
You better make
Yep.
sure you don't. You make sure to check your pant legs.
Right. Well, hey, I do that anyway.
True.
But I was gonna. I was gonna say I had to come on while Scorekeeper was off because I didn't want him to mute me like Almighty earlier.
Well,
Was
he muted Almighty under my command.
so it's your fault.
You bet it is.
You did
Dang.
that, get NorCal girl?
Yes, I did. You
Why?
know that I'm the one who commands you guys.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, anyway, as long as I got done, finished with my spiel, I was happy.
You were almost done. Almost done. You were
That's
on
what
a
she
roll,
said.
man.
That's what she said. Yeah.
so
she
Yeah.
said she was almost done when you were finished.
I know,
we won't go in depth to what we did before, but any thoughts on the Vince McMahon scandal, Dream?
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't even get into that. I
Oh
wasn't there
my
for
God.
that.
I will send you the
Oh,
report.
goodness.
Okay.
I'll send you the link. Read it, but be prepared because the depravity and disgustingness of what he did to her. She goes into graphic detail of what he did.
Okay, so
I'll send you the link.
without going into graphic detail, give me bullet points.
She's suing him because she agreed to a $3 million NDA payout, and he only paid $1 million of it, and then stopped paying her. So she came forward, and she is suing him now for sexual assault, sexual trafficking, and other various sexual things that went
Depravities.
on. Depravities, yes. And also linked in this is Brock Lesnar, because evidently pictures were sent to him and he was essentially pimping her out to other employees and subordinates
Huh.
over the span of like 3 years or so.
Wow. Well, that's one way to do it. I probably would have just gone for breach of contract.
I think that was the initial, but the timing of it was excellent by the lawyer because Netflix signed a $5 billion deal to have Raw shown live starting next January. And then The Rock was named to the board of directors of TKO. That was Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday was silent, and then Thursday this drum bopped. The bomb dropped on Thursday, and then
Well,
yesterday Vince stepped down, and he is now completely gone from TKO Endeavor / WWE.
wow. Well, Raw's gonna take on a whole new meaning now.
That's why I love you.
All right, so I don't know I don't know what any of the truth is. That is all for the lawyers and all the parties
Yes.
that need to decide. Contractually, the only thing we know is if there was a contract in play for her to be paid X amount of monies for whatever, and it was not paid, she legally has the right to sue for the remainder of the contract plus damages and whatever court fees. So there's that. Whatever else comes from, whatever else was going on, then that's terrifying.
Yeah.
You know.
So I sent you the link, and I sent you a screen grab of more from a different article. So read it at your leisure when you have a chance. Just be prepared for the disgustingness of it.
Well, that's why I love you too. You send me all the discussion. But yeah, so
scorekeeper's back.
Welcome back, scorekeeper.
Well, we'll see how the earpiece came off the headset, so I was able to get it back in. So I'm about to get another piece right now. So if it slips out again, I may just have to go solo. It took me a minute to come up with that one. I'm actually surprised that I delivered it perfectly.
Yes, you did. Everybody here had the fact that it's myself, NorCal Girl, and Dream all together in one spot live. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the bloody meltdown because it's bound to come.
No, I was trying to come up with the recovery.
Scorekeeper managed that part already.
Yeah. Scorekeeper is the perfect straight man for us because he delivers it. Hey, engineers in the room.
He's not on screen. Get him on screen.
No, he's in the chat. He's in the chat room.
He's in the chat.
Yeah. He said, "What's up, guys?"
Well, we need to see his pretty face on screen. Get your butt in here.
I quite agree. Get your butt in here.
Oh man. Well, I was just gonna make a couple comments on the on the playoff games and everything we were talking about. Big Dog and I were kind of talking about it briefly the other day. How don't get your feelings hurt, scorekeeper. We were talking about, the plot, the script for the NFL, and, it's supposed to be the 49ers and the Ravens because of the logo, but we never really got into the Swift versus Eminem. These are
that's
people,
right.
We have plot armor going on that way too. So we have, are they going to want, the Swifties coming over, and are they going to want the, Eminem showing up at halftime, kicking Usher off stage? When was the last time he was relevant? Kind of things, Taylor Swift and Eminem jumping up on stage during mid-half, during the Super Bowl show just because they're there, that
would be funny.
Just to get them both in the stands for the Super Bowl would be money in the bank. So, that was the other thing that was giving me pause to think. And it kills me because the football teams that, in my opinion, deserve to be there are the Ravens and the Niners. Do the Lions have what it takes to get through?
Dream, so that Scorekeeper doesn't have a heart attack. You really meant to say the two teams that have earned their way to the Super Bowl, not deserve. You know the way he feels about that,
right? Yes, I don't want to give Scorekeeper another loophole to have.
Almighty,
is that chair going to hold up?
Well, Mighty's muted. He ain't playing.
Oh,
That's why I called Almighty so he can show the loophole.
yeah. And I don't know if Scorekeeper is frozen or if he's just talking like that.
He's just
But-
talking like that.
Talking like that.
Oh, he's just talking like
Actually,
that.
What I'm doing is, unfortunately, folks, I did tell several people that when I do this is because I'm trying to straighten out my spine because it creates less pressure. Because unfortunately, it's gotten to the point that even here, it irritates. It's painful. So that's why I can't be here all the time. So whenever I do lay back, I try not to say much about it, but I'm trying to,
Okay.
it hurts a little bit less. That's all.
All
But
right,
yes,
wear a
I
neck-
was disgusted.
Could you wear
Go
a
ahead
neck
and take
brace?
the load
sir.
off. Take that
Uh,
pressure off the spine. I get it.
The neck brace has been mentioned. I
Uh-huh.
actually have a tentative date for the first shot. I'm going to have 3 shots over the next 9 months, which, wow, I'm not looking
Those
forward
are your
to it.
epidurals?
Yep. And it's either going to be February 1st or February 8th. So that is being determined. I'm going to know as early as Monday, but that's where we are right now. So I was under the impression I was going to have them done a little bit. Oh, there it is. There it is. Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, Almighty, would you please tell us what it is? Because we're looking at it at a plane. We can't see that. There it is. Would you please tell us what you have in your hands there?
It is an arrow, and a loophole is a slit that an arrow makes. That is the
I-
term for a loophole.
I thought a loophole was a short vignette on a certain website.
Oh
I
Lord.
thought a loophole was what the arrow came out of when you were in the castle, but I could be wrong.
What?
So scorekeeper,
What anime? I mean, NorCal girl. What was that?
scorekeeper,
Oh.
after you have your epidural, could I then hit you in the back of the head and you won't feel it?
Oh,
No,
God.
but
All right,
you
I
will
get
if
it,
you
Liz.
try
I
to.
get it.
So,
Oh, here we
so-
go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry for interrupting. Let's bring him on right now. He is muted, but he is part of the team. We'll bring him on right now. He's going to give us the calculus. He's going to give us the numbers. He's going to replace scorekeeper when it comes to numerals.
Don't call it a comeback.
You're live, engineer.
Tell me why.
Tell me why?
My voice
No,
can't get
you
that high, man. That hurt.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
What's
Good morning.
up?
Oh, we're just
It's the
honky
engineer,
dory.
the grounded one.
That is funny. The grounded one.
Yes. Yes. Don't call it comeback is from a phrase from LL Cool
Yep.
J.
Yes.
Hey, by
Yes.
the way, engineer, I don't know if you've met Dream on air. This might be the first time.
No, it's not the first time, but
Go to
we
hell.
always tend to miss each other.
Yes. It's good.
I'm leaving
It's good
right
hearing
as
your
he's
voice,
coming
Dream.
on. Yeah, right.
So you have been on air together before.
Yes.
All right, well,
I'm
Both of you
usually
go to
saying bye when engineer's coming on.
I know.
That's usually where it ends up because I'm usually
True.
pulled away.
so why are we
Well,
so
see, engineer comes on a little bit late because he's got to take care of his OnlyFans account because he has for
oh,
people that have foot fetishes because
No,
he takes
that's
foot
not
pictures.
OnlyFans. That's Feet Finder. Get it right.
Oh,
Links in the comments.
Too funny.
okay, look, Dream can play the straight guy too. Okay,
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah. I agree.
Although
But I know you
will
guys
say,
made your picks already.
yes, and
Right.
you.
Well, you can give your commentary as to why the Niners are going to win. Well, I know that's who you went for.
Yes. I picked the Niners and the Ravens, but
Really?
beautiful thing I would say for this year would be if the 49ers win, either team on the other side will be a revenge game, which I like
Oh, okay.
because we played both of them in different years and they both beat us. So this will be a really good, exciting, and it almost happened last year too. KC
So-
did it, but 49ers missed it with the Philadelphia. So we'll see what happens this year.
I was gonna ask you, Jay, since I got you in here.
Just did.
You're a 49ers fan, I'm assuming,
Yes.
from what
Big time.
I've heard as myself. What do you think about some of the comments floating around that Brock Purdy is supposed to be like the next Tom Brady, following the same, not necessarily skill wise,
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
following the same script.
Oh
Where
my
he took
God.
over late in the season from their
Oh
previous
my
quarterback.
God.
I
Yeah.
know, I
Oh,
know,
I'm sorry, I
Almighty.
was busy. What?
I know, Almighty.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes.
So there's
That
chatter
is a
going
tell me
around.
why bullshit. My God.
There's chatter going around
Uh-huh.
that Brock Purdy is following the same kind of script as Tom Brady did. Whereas he took over from, the star quarterback of the 49ers
Mm-hmm.
after an injury and came out and did really well. And then now he's leading the team to definitely into the playoffs and then possible Super Bowl.
Right.
And kind of building him into the same type of character, because we have lost most of our veteran quarterbacks that we've been really looking for. We no longer have Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers is pretty much done. And
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So what's your take on that, Jay, Mr.
Uh,
Engineer?
I would say they're pushing it a little bit too hard right now for him, because it's from how you were talking, it almost is similar to Kaepernick too. Kaepernick had the same situation happen to him, and he almost won the Super Bowl, and things might have been different in the 49ers arena and their franchise, possibly if they won that Super Bowl that time when that guy missed the catch at the end.
Oh, I agree.
But I'm
He got too
thinking,
political for the NFL. Is all it is.
yeah, unfortunately. But I think Purdy, he's a good quarterback. Um, I think they're pushing it too hard, and I think it's just not too. I mean, it's too early to do that for him. I mean, he's a great quarterback, like I mentioned. He makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. So, if he does
Except for
win the Super Bowl,
Scorky.
things can change.
Yeah. That was kind of my feeling on it too. Is like, let him win this one first.
Yeah.
Let him get through that hurdle. After that, you can start making comparisons and start, keeping a closer eye on him, seeing where he's going. Because there's a lot left to go. And part of
Yeah.
Tom Brady's success wasn't just that he was an elite quarterback or anything like that, because you don't start that way. You have to be in the right place at the right time with the right people.
That's right.
And
right.
Brock Purdy kind of has that right now. He's in the right system. He's got the right he's the right quarterback for the right people that he's got.
Yeah, with the coach.
Exactly. He's got the coach. He's moving forward.
He does not have Bill Belichick.
No. But Bill Belichick retired. So,
but Belichick's the only man that can build something like that.
Huh?
But isn't the Niner system built in such a way that you can pretty much plug in any quarterback? Because look at Jimmy G was doing so well.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, but also look at Brock Purdy's deep connection percentages. It is very high up there. He's completing those deep passes. He's putting the ball.
Oh yeah, no, he's an excellent quarterback. But I agree with engineers. I think they're pushing that envelope a little too fast.
I agree.
He's
got to win a Super Bowl yet. I mean,
right.
I mean, without that, you can't start talking anything about Tom Brady. But if anybody's going to be the next Tom Brady, it's going to be Mahomes, because he's already on the path to do that.
I agree with that.
I'm allergic to bullshit.
Oh my gosh! No, I'm telling you, Mahomes is already on the way there. Why would you ignore that? Mahomes has already have Super Bowl.
We're not ignoring it.
I'm
He
not
flat out denied it. He didn't ignore it.
All right.
Yeah, I think Mahomes has a better chance of being Tom Brady than anybody else right now.
Oh, dude, now I'm gonna get the bullshits too. Come on.
No, Mahomes only has 2 Super Bowls. My God, he's only what? 22.
Unpopular
24?
opinion.
No.
So
Unpopular
Almighty,
opinion right here.
No.
are you saying that Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes
stop it! Stop it! Don't even. No.
Go
is one
for
of
it,
the
Big Dog.
one of the Tom Brady's of the world?
No.
Oh
I was saying
God.
if
No.
anybody's still
Oh.
Tom Brady, it's Mahomes right now.
I thought you were gonna say future Hall of Famer.
Also,
All
I have a question for Dream. Are you still a Baker Mayfield hater?
I don't give a crap about him.
You used to
I'm
talk
not
bad-
a hater.
you used to
He's
talk
not on
crap
my
about,
radar.
Baker Mayfield. You were a Baker bigot.
I'm not a hater for Baker Mayfield. He's not on my radar. I don't give two shits about him. So he can do whatever he wants to do. He's not going to populate on my radar.
But I'm going to tell you right now, Baker is also the next Tom Brady.
Oh God.
Oh
No,
God, no.
Oh,
Oh Jesus, no.
I know.
I need to go get out my bottle of
no.
vodka this
Oh
early
God,
morning.
no.
But I don't know. But everybody keeps
I'm
making.
gonna open a
I don't
bottle
know
of
why
vodka
people
for
are
that
saying
one.
Purdy is going to be a Tom
How old?
Brady when he has
28.
won the Super Bowl. If he loses tomorrow, that Tom Brady stuff's gone. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
it's gone.
I hear that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I agree.
quickly.
You know, to a certain extent, I agree.
But
But
I haven't heard that before. But I mean, that's an interesting thing to say that about Purdy. That's interesting.
it's because he's following the same script so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
He
and
is.
that's
Right.
all it is.
Right.
You know,
I get that.
The NFL, be that what it may, the NFL and the NBA are both entertainment industries.
Yep.
You know, we scorekeeper. That's a good trick. I know you filled that water.
No, you've been here. You
I
know
know.
that's the real one.
I'm kidding.
He's
But the
making
thing is,
me.
that's
He's making me
I
drink.
like it. I like what you're saying there, Dream. I don't think so yet, but it's awesome.
Well, and so as I was saying, the NFL and the NBA are both entertainment industries. They're not the Olympics. You know, we're not there. There's a lot more freedom within to make sure that things go the way they're supposed to go.
Right.
If we're looking forward into the NFL, we've lost all of these elite quarterbacks to where, you know, where are we looking next? You know, we have Mahomes. We have who is a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Baker
You know,
Mayfield.
I'm not hating on him. But you know, like who else are we really looking at? Lamar Jackson,
Derek Carr.
Derek.
Oh,
Derek
God.
Carr, Lord have mercy. Oh God.
Lamar Jackson's a pretty good quarterback.
Tell
Lamar
me
Jackson.
why.
Yeah.
Because he's a good quarterback. When he saw
No,
Brett
he's
Brown so much,
talking about scorekeeper. Scorekeeper said Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Derek Carr. Yeah, he's
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
That's the reaction I was
Yeah.
expecting.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
what I'm saying. So I think we need to populate, you know, a few more good quarterbacks out there via NFL entertainment industry.
Well, you're also forgetting about C.J. Stroud.
Oh yeah, I love CJ
Another
Stroud.
Yeah, he's
young
the
quarterback.
future. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
He's the
he is
future.
Future Hall of
definitely going to
Famer?
be in the future.
Son of a
Yeah.
mother.
He's a Hall of Famer, big dog. You better believe it.
CJ Stroud, I would not be
Look,
surprised.
this is the first Ohio State quarterback that's actually doing well.
But also, I'm going to tell you NFL script. If I'm looking into my crystal ball future,
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud is going to have 2 good seasons after this one.
Okay.
Both almost where they need to be to get into the
Mhm.
Super Bowl, and then he's going to get injured or traded.
Ooh.
So what
Ooh.
you're saying is Patrick
Okay.
Mahomes will stop him in his tracks.
No, I'm thinking Patrick Mahomes either is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm calling out.
Oh, you're
Not
not
that I
gonna
want
lie?
this.
Up until
Not
this
that I
moment,
All you've been
Not-
doing is lying.
all you've been
yeah.
doing is lying then, Dream, because right now you said, I'm not going to lie.
Well, you know, it happens. Sometimes you just got to go with it.
So why are you so?
I'm
against
talking merely
Mahomes, Dream?
hypotheticals. Merely
Oh,
hypotheticals.
I'm out.
I don't want Mahomes to get injured, but they've already got like the super injured quarterback. They've already got Tua with all the concussions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling like Mahomes might have a wrist injury or an arm injury or something next season.
No. See, The alarm has gone off for your bullshit.
Is that the bullshit alarm? I like that. That was good.
Mark my words.
With what?
About
Red ink,
Mahoney.
purple, black ink. I mean, what?
Erasable.
Pencil.
That was good. That was good.
Yep.
Dream, we miss you, dude.
Yep.
Having your commentary, you are part of this team, this family,
Yes.
and listening to you is flashbacks, dude. Big Dog and I remember how many times you called in when you were on your way to work. You were either driving or walking. We missed those times, dude. And having you back on. Oh, dude, it was funny. One time there was a car chase right in front of him.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. But
Mm.
Dream has always been from the Dream was of everyone here, ladies and gentlemen. Dream was there on day one.
Mm.
Yes. I'm sorry, Dream.
It's true.
He was. He was there.
I was holding things together with duct tape and bubble gum, man.
Oh, that
true.
was
There you go.
that was the interview with that New York Times bestseller. Alan Dean Foster.
Yep. 100%.
He almost got adopted by him as well.
I tried, man. He was talking about traveling the world, via his books and everything else, and I was like, you know what? I'll take that trip.
Yep.
But it's nice seeing how far this has come since I started, back in the day, back in the late 1900s.
That is actually no. We met in the late 1900s, Dream. In 1999, I've known this young man since then, and his life went to shit ever since then.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Oh, really?
No,
I thought you knew Dream before me. Wow, I didn't know you met him afterwards.
Dude.
Oh, okay.
Dude, he's younger than us by a lot.
Well, yeah. And he's aging very gracefully too.
I met him in 1999.
You know what? I may be 41, but my knees and my back are 80.
Yeah, but your mentality is about 17, so it balances out.
That makes him an old
best, but thank you. I'll take it.
So does that make him actually mentally older than you, Big Dog? Because you're more like 30.
Oh,
not by
was a nice
much.
bitch slap. Thank you.
Not by much.
Oh my God.
That was not yes. We got a like right now. Oh, Gridiron Girl decides to make her appearance. Gridiron Girl, come on, join us. We got Dream on right now. We're up to 7, ladies and gentlemen. Gridiron Girl, forgive me for saying this publicly, but I need you on air with us. So please.
So she can talk about herself in the third person?
Actually, I'm going to see if I can get Claudia aboard right now because I think she's awake right now.
Are we going to get Brady Bunch?
Well, the most we can have, I believe, is...
I thought it's 10.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah,
so
we're going to get 3 more for Brady Bunch.
Yeah, I just sent her a message right now.
Claudia probably has a hangover, so she probably won't come on.
It was a Friday night. That's family night. Hangovers tonight, leading into Sunday. But yes, she does have a drink.
She drinks whether she's with. Yeah, every single picture has a drink in her hand.
Big
whether
Dog
it's family or not.
A while ago, he says you see a picture, and we're talking about my assistant Claudia. That if you see a picture of her on Facebook or anywhere, there's a drink in her hand all the time.
I only drink on days ending in Y.
Oh,
I know.
What about Disney Queen?
What about her?
What?
Can't we get the Disney Queen to join us?
I will send her a message right now.
Sorry, Dream. You know her as the Ice Queen. I call her Disney Queen.
Tanya. Oh, he's known Tanya for a long time as well. So.
No, I haven't.
Dude, she's been on the network.
I love the way he contradicts you.
Deny plausibility. Deny plausibility.
Right.
Scorekeeper, did you see
Scorekeeper as often as possible? It keeps it healthy.
Did you see Tanya's comment to Roz about wanting to restart Raise Your Glass?
No, I did not.
I did not.
Look at that smile on Scorekeeper's face.
Folks, I think it's actually what happens is everyone who's involved. You have like 3-4 programs. The time slots are being taken, and there's a lot of good stuff on. And I love to believe, or I do believe, that excellence breeds, it breeds more children, for lack of a better word. And that's why Sports Talk with the Guys was alone for 16 years.
Oh,
Thank you, Dream.
God.
Yes, I'll be here all day. Anyway, but now that we've had all the other programs, time slots are being taken. So Tanya needs to determine what she's going to do, because she used to be on Friday night. And right now, I'm aiming to debut a brand new program. I think I've teased it already. It's going to be a paranormal program, folks. And believe it or not, Almighty, the first place I was going to visit was the incident that happened in Venezuela. And I don't know if you folks know of it, but within the last 10, 20 years, there was this black tar patch. Well, they don't know what it really was. It just started and it ate up 100,000 people. So the rumors say and stuff. And it just went away after a while. But that's one of the things that we're going to be visiting in our debut program.
Is that
It's going to be,
similar to what happened in Springfield?
oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Actually, Dream, ours is based on a reality.
Oh, damn.
Things that you can prove actually happened.
Nice.
Oh, Dream, I got to tell you something about our ratings after. I got to tell you, buddy.
Oh, you told me. You told me
Okay, I'm
already.
sorry.
Yeah.
That is hilarious, buddy.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, folks, we were off track, and that was several inside jokes. But no, all kidding aside, this is something I've been wanting to do for years, and I'm going to be doing a paranormal program because, as you know, that stuff is real, and there are millions of people that have encountered that stuff. So we like to be adults here. Say what, woman?
That wasn't me.
That was engineer.
Oh, that was engineer?
Yeah.
That's why he went on mute, because he was going.
Okay, all right. All right, well, we obviously aimlessly lost her. I think I'm stuttering when I say that. No, that's an oxymoron, but that's okay. All right, we'll continue.
Speedy's
Dreams.
here.
Stuttering
Speedy's
is
here?
not an oxymoron,
Say who?
sir.
What?
Speedy's here. You said oxymoron, so I said Speedy's here.
Oh, La
Oh,
Tortuga. Dude,
Tortuga.
dude. Oh my God, big dog. But you know what? Did you get the blame for it? You're all right.
What? Yes, I do. You started it, but then I get the blame.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hold on. But that's neither here nor there. Carrying on.
Oh, thank you, Dream. I gotta go.
Ooh.
All right. I guess Big
Oh,
Dog,
boy.
you got the
He's
call.
being
that was scorekeeper backing up, I guess. That beeping sound.
Thank you, Dream. I miss you, buddy.
Yeah, like a hole in the head.
No. Now the funny thing is, folks, I'm gonna share something that Dream and I we love doing this shit. And we laugh amongst ourselves because we will say, dude, did you get what I did this? Did you get what I did that? I'm like, yeah, I got it. And it was hilarious when it went over everyone else's head. So I'm not saying that we're stuck up, but we like playing intellectual.
You know what?
The hell was that?
Okay, folks, please.
Someone's
be careful
cell
with
phone.
the music. I don't want to get
Wasn't me.
nailed again.
Wasn't me.
Scorekeeper, would you say we play intellectual 3 Flies Up?
Oh,
Huh?
good God, yes. Thank you, Dream. It's been 5 years, buddy. It's the closest I'm ever going to get right now.
Oh, boy.
Yes, sadly, it's been 5 years. So there it
Are you
is.
bragging or complaining?
I think I'm complaining. Or no, sadly, wistfully hoping.
Mm.
He's actually boasting.
Well, he wanted to be a priest. They don't get it anyway, do they?
Well, it depends on the altar boy.
I don't have the collar, okay?
Depends on the altar boy.
Right.
Well, since
Oh,
we
no,
have
that's-
the
oh,
audience
God.
that we have, what is a reverse exorcism?
I told Big Dog this one. Or I
you
told
did?
you.
And
Okay, I'm
I've told
sorry.
that one on also. But
Oh,
it's
I'm
okay. Go
sorry.
ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
If Dream, since you've told it, go for it. Please tell us what a reverse organ. Oh, son of a bitch!
Reverse orgasm?
What a reverse.
Okay.
What?
Oh,
Well,
What
he
was
probably
that?
knows what a reverse orgasm is as well. So
Isn't that just doggy style?
Definite Freudian
I don't
slip
know.
there.
I wouldn't know. What is a reverse exorcism? Come on, Almighty. You should be involved in this.
It's where the priest shows up, or where the devil shows up to take the priest out of the kid.
That's right.
Oh,
I know
Lord.
it's horrible, but that's great.
That is horrible.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, this has devolved quickly.
Yeah,
The
we're all
second
going
I
to hell
show
for
up,
this.
I apologize.
No. It's me committing, the acts that lead us to such things.
All right. Well, since you started it,
No, you started.
why are blondes buried in a triangular coffin?
I don't know why.
I'm going to regret asking, but why?
Because as soon as their heads hit the pillow, the legs know what to do.
Oh God.
Oh,
I am not going to qualify with an answer.
All right. If
Okay,
anyone else
okay,
cannot
okay.
get out of your system. Oh, NorCal girl, let's go.
how do you turn a fox into an elephant?
How do you turn a fox into an elephant? Is that a mathematical
Yeah.
equation? Should engineer come in on this one?
Clockwise from
No.
behind? I don't know.
Clockwise from behind? Oh, my God. I
No,
don't know.
guys, it's easy. You
Oh.
marry her.
Oh, that's messed up. I cannot agree with that one at all.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just applauding whether I agree or not.
Couple of fish in a goldfish bowl.
You know what? Now thinking about it, damn, NorCal girl, you're right.
Told you.
That was funny. All right.
Couple of goldfish in a bowl. One turns to the other and says, "Do you believe in the existence of God?" The other goldfish says, "Of course I do. Who do you think changes the water?"
Ooh,
Oh,
let's
bless
get me
your
some
heart.
Yes.
Bringing us back to G ratings. I love it.
Yes.
Well, I'll take you to PG-13 then. Why are hurricanes usually named after women?
It's supposed to be single women, but go ahead.
Because when they first arrive, they're wet and wild, and when they leave, they take your house and car.
Oh, okay, never mind.
All right.
I said PG-13. I didn't say R.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 8:13 a.m. This is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. It is a glorious morning out here. I know in the afternoon for other places. It is January 27, 2024. Congratulations to one and all. There's a flashback and friends from times past, brothers and sisters on with us now. So we're going to go ahead and continue. Who would like to get to the next story? Because we're not going to
I
do
would.
casual fans because Jay is here.
I would, because we have a contingent here, and I want to get your feelings on this. Scorekeeper, is it possible to have a basketball juiced?
It's
Because
possible.
I don't know what the hell is happening in the NBA right now, because there is a flurry of big scoring games.
Juice.
Just this week alone, Joel Embiid dropped 70 points in a win. That same night, Carl Anthony Towns, Big Cat, scored 62 in a loss. Yesterday,
Luka.
Devin Booker scored 62 points. And the big one was Luka Doncic, in a big win, scored 73 points.
Can I answer this? I don't feel that it is the basketball being juiced. I believe it has more to do with Vegas being odds. It has to deal with bettings, because refs can influence games very easily when it comes to points, free throws, fouls. If it looks like somebody's could possibly be a foul and they need to go to the over, if they want high scoring games, they'll get high scoring games. And if you get stars like, Luka and Carl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid, nobody's gonna question them too much when they're scoring 60 plus points in a game. Just like they're not going to question some Joe Scrub getting fouled from the bench, getting fouled out, not fouled off, getting fouled out from the bench because he had too many fouls. So do I think there's a little bit of an imbalance? Yes. Is Vegas taking control of things a little too much? Also, yes. Personal and
I like
popular.
that. I like that conspiracy theory. I like it.
Okay,
Lucas.
hold on,
Lucas.
big dog. I need to.
Yeah.
We need to make a statement here. Seriously. Now, Dream, is this something that you feel is being repeated from the blogosphere? Is this something that you've heard? Is this a conspiracy? Is this your personal opinion? Because this is an accusation against the NBA that the games are fixed.
This
I need to
is
clarify this.
this is not. It's something I've heard in the blogosphere.
Thank you. Okay. Now, do you
And
acquiesce to it?
I am not saying that the NBA or NFL or any other entity are rigging games. That is not the opinion of Sports Talk with the guys, and that is just something that I've heard and read, and I think is funny.
Okay, fair enough. You guys know why I did that. I mean, seriously.
Yes. Yes, I
The
know why.
comment was pretty clear. So
Well,
I
no one's going to
apologize.
know anyway.
Say what?
No
Oh,
one's
they
going to know
listen.
anyway.
Did you say no one's going to know?
Well, not that anyone
Excuse me?
important is going to know that we think that games
Dude,
are being rigged.
Almighty, I guess you haven't been here. This program is listened to, and it is listened to by the powers that be. It is very frustrating. Dream knows this. Big Dog
Yeah.
knows this. Everyone has been on this program for any short period of time. We say stuff here, and within hours, if not days, that stuff is repeated on major networks.
Well, I've
We
been
know
saying that, and there will be a reckoning that with
Oh, I love you.
with betting and the NFL. There will be a reckoning. I mean,
Yes.
there will be one, and I don't care who hears it. They know I'm right. So I hear it all the time from Roger Goodell when he calls me and he tells me, "Stop telling, stop it, shut the fuck up." And I tell him, "No, the people have a right to know."
He's gonna send the
That's
little purple
right.
aliens to get you
Well, I'm
again.
just saying, look how much
You will not be silenced.
There are more betting commercials than there ever was beer commercials.
Oh, big time. Big time. And
they're
they're even getting
on
they're even
everything
getting the
else.
players now. They're even getting the players on the commercials to
Yeah, and is
tell you
that
to go to
even,
the betting sites.
but is that even right to do? Isn't that? I mean, you're right about that, Big Dog, and that's some other kind of discussion that should be had at one time on the professionals. Is should pro athletes be endorsing
Ooh.
gambling?
Oh, you
this
got
is-
scorekeeper's attention on that one.
February 7th.
This is
February
serious
7th, the
shit.
professionals. You guys
There's
better
one
be
thing
ready to
about
play.
There's one thing about Peyton Manning and what's his name trying to get Bud Light back to the people, but there's another thing when they're all talking about gambling with celebrities and players, and you know Fitz magic. That's Fitz faggot. I mean Fitz shit. But I'm just telling you, it is terrible. I mean, I shouldn't have said what I did, but I'm sorry about that. Just came out, but they're all doing it, and I just think it's conflict of interest, and I also think that it endorses gambling from young people up, and
this
is why
that this is targeting, just like alcohol, tobacco. You have to be of a certain age to be able to do it, and if you're of age to be able to gamble, you're of age to vote for the president of the United States. So,
well, you shouldn't. You're right.
Yeah, so
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying about beer and everything, but still, there's just so much of it, but gambling. And, even before there was gambling, there was always talk about games being rigged.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's not now, it's just being more highlighted or emphasized because, we're also talking, Buffalo fans are also saying there's a point in the game where the game might have been rigged with Mahomes. I've read it, and there's like a clip on YouTube that, of course, we can't show where, Buffalo fans are pointing to this certain incident that happened that games are being rigged.
Yep.
And I don't know.
There's players that have come out and saying, like, if you want to win by 1, you got to win by 15. Because especially in closeout games, you have to, you have to win hard enough to where the refs can't take it away with the whistle. And I've always been taught that,
Yeah.
ever since I was a kid playing sports, is like you beat your opponent so bad that no matter what call doesn't go your way, you leave no room for judgment. That's how I was raised. That's what I
Yeah.
believe. End of the day, we're there to compete and win. And that
Hey, amen.
Plus the controversy
Hey,
when the
amen.
Chiefs went to, or the Chiefs, where did maybe it was, but no, when the Chiefs went, what was their first game? Miami, when they
Yeah.
host Miami. Is that
Well,
where?
no. Well, Miami went to Kansas City.
Yeah, and that's where Mahomes broke his helmet.
Yes.
And they were
Yes.
saying there should have been a timeout. He should have had to go. He should have had to have gone off the field,
yeah,
fixed
to
his
change
helmet,
equipment.
and come back in. But the refs just stopped play and let him do it and keep going. And that's against the rules. I mean, the rules clearly
is.
state what was supposed to happen then. But
And
since
what do those rules state, Almighty?
they state that Mahomes gets his way. Oh no!
Also,
They're
I will
also
point
saying that
out,
Mahomes is now the new Tom Brady when it comes to all these things going that way too.
I will say this as well about the games coming up. For the Chiefs game coming up, I believe they changed out one of the refs, and he is when that ref is
Yes, we talked about
officiating.
that last week.
He's officiating like the away team always wins, or
They moved him out?
No, they moved him in.
They moved him in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
So I was interested in that take, but I never got to read too deeply because I had to actually work when I was at work.
Who would have ever thought that? Oh my God!
I know it was weird, but I never got back to the article. I couldn't find it again, and it was just one of those things where it's like, well, where do you draw the line? Where do you make it less clear? Like how much can you how much wool can you pull over our eyes before we figure out something's going on here?
As much as we allow is what
Yeah.
it comes down to.
As long as
I mean,
people keep
look how
paying
many
to see the
times in different areas, not just sports, where we've had the wool pulled over our eyes, and even though we've been shown the evidence to the contrary, they still believe it.
Yep, 100%. But getting back to the original, statement about gambling and everything else, as long as there's money coming in, they're not going to stop it. Just like how Peacock got the playoff game exclusive rights. Oh Lord, that's
I don't
messed
know,
up.
Almighty.
What?
How is it?
What?
The answer's here.
Oh, I thought he was going to.
Oh,
Deep reading.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Pretty
What
damn
about it?
true.
It's because there's only 3 people that can actually go to the chat room.
Oh, that's
Well,
Oh, that
we're
was
live.
me that put it. That was me that put it up. I don't know who put the joke in. I just read it and thought you could.
Once again, there's only 3 people that can put it in the chat room, and it wasn't me, and
It
it
wasn't
wasn't
me.
TikTok. It
It
was
was
Almighty.
Maxwell.
That's why he said, "Yes, Almighty."
But it was a funny
I'm
joke,
sorry.
I
though.
wanted to get in on joke night, and I forgot.
It's a
I
funny.
did- I got
And
I
I
It is
did.
a
tried
funny.
the last 10 minutes to find that joke. Good for you, Almighty.
It was a funny
It
and
didn't take
true
me
joke.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a funny and true joke.
Dream, please continue.
Oh man, you made me lose my choo-choo. My train of thought.
Well done.
Gambling, yes. So essentially, like you'll see a lot of these gambling sites, right? Here's a free pick. They're gonna send out 1,000 free picks, to people, and you pick. They'll send out 1,000, and 500 choose whatever, choose team A, 500 choose team B. They split it up. Now all of a sudden, you've got 500 customers who like, oh, well, I just won this. I've got some free money, whether it's $5 or whatever. Now those 500 people are more likely to gamble. Then they'll say, here's 500 free picks sent out to these people that just won. Well, now they're splitting it again, 250 and 250. Well, now there's 250 free people. Now, of the original 500 that lost, some people are going to be like, "Oh, you know what? I was close. Let me throw another $5-10 in there. Let me see what I can do." The
Yep.
second one might throw 10 to $20 in there, see what that's going to do. And then the winners, the 250 winners are moving up, and they've got all this free money to play with. They're going to lose that, and then they're going to put more money in because I won the first two. I'm just really good at this. I just had a bad week. So they're consistently developing people they're training people to gamble, essentially. And it's one of those things where you have to be aware of what you're doing and know what you can lose. What the heck was that?
That's his air raid horn that goes off in Cleveland.
Oh, Lord.
No, he's not in Cleveland. He's in some jerkwater back town where the Amish live.
Cleveland.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I fair enough.
Wow. Who would have known the Buckeyes were Amish? But yeah, so it's just one of those things where you have to be responsible and know and only gamble what you can afford to lose, and you just consider it entertainment and move on. Don't rely on this to pay your rent. Don't rely on this to pay your light bill, your gas.
Oh, you mean the indecent proposal?
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, Dream, a very, very small percentage of people think that way, though. Unfortunately, that's why the gambling industry is, a multi-billion-dollar a year business.
Oh, yeah. Not financial advice, but if you don't own stock in casinos, you're not smart. They print their own money.
Pretty much.
Moving forward.
Now, folks, look,
That's
Dream, this isn't a shot against you, but
Yes, it
the whole thing of games being fixed has a history from almost time immemorial. So even though a lot of people are talking about it right now, and they make it seem like, well, with Vegas's involvement now, things are out of control. I have noticed, personal commentary, that the teams that lose and the people that lose are the ones that are always screaming conspiracy, fixed, and whatever. Right or wrong, that happens. I remember back in 1979, or no, 1981.
is. Donald
First time I
Trump.
ever heard it. I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. I was
No,
coughing, clear my throat.
no, you said a team or something.
No.
Big dog, I didn't hear you.
It was not 1980.
You weren't meant to hear me. That's why I was coughing. You weren't meant to hear unless you were paying attention.
But
I was
remember,
saying
Franco
something.
Harris never made that catch. He
Oh.
never made the immaculate reception.
What year was that? 1980?
No, that was the championship. No, that wasn't before that. No, it was
70 something, wasn't it?
it
Or
was
60 something.
76 or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 76, 77.
Remember they beat the Raiders. Remember that, big dog?
Oh yeah.
You don't want your Raiders getting beat, right?
Well, I've gotten used to it now for the last 5 freaking years.
Oh, I've been used to it for 50 years. So Anyway, I'm just saying that play is still being contested 40 years later.
Yeah, to this day, yeah. That is very true.
That one's never going to die. Okay. But that is a play that happened, whether it was fixed or not. That is just one example.
Astros.
Okay. Well, we're beyond even thinking about it. It was fixed. The players did. And it's incontrovertible. And there's So Dream, what I'm trying to get out of you, I suppose, is this isn't a new thing. So how do we get around that?
I will tell
Because
you this:
all right.
until the integrity of the winners matches the outrage of the losers, there's never going to be a change.
Okay, that's beyond way deep because number one, that it ain't gonna happen.
I like
Okay.
that.
That is wow, dude.
And this is why I say refs need to be trained, almost have us, train, need to be full time and not just
Oh, you
not
mean
just
like
part time
baseball
bankers.
umps?
It's not. It's not that. It's they're being trained to follow the system that's in place. They're not being trained to make accurate calls and do this and that and the other. They're being trained to do what they're told.
And okay, well, let me back up for a moment regarding the NFL refs. Did you guys read the document? Or so God, I can't believe
Yeah,
I
I
said.
read the
Shut
documentary.
up. Did you see the documentary that talked about the NFL refs and where their social economic where they fit in the world?
No, I
No,
read it. It was on
sorry.
No.
TikTok.
Okay, these guys,
TikTok.
all of them earn over $100,000 in their real jobs. These are people that are educated attorneys, stuff like that. You guys need to look into this. And the NFL deliberately did that because they wanted people of good measure. And yes, I did actually mention Starfro.
So they pick lawyers. So they
That,
pick
I
lawyers.
actually
that
said
Okay.
really,
that.
that's racist.
Okay.
That's
I
racist.
actually said that, yes. But the thing is that the reason why they went with those type of people is because they're way above being paid off, stuff like that.
Okay.
They're
So
supposedly
Yeah.
above over cute. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I know, because that $1 million
They're
is
above.
nothing to 100,000.
They're above reproach. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. We've
that's
heard that before.
yeah.
Okay,
But
but
that's fake
one
news.
of the things I don't know if it is because the NFL put it out there. This is
Hmm.
not a
Well,
news
of
station
course the
pretending to
NFL
be a
put
news
it out
station
there.
and repeating a gurgling point that has been proven wrong
Oh my
from time
god.
immemorial.
What would be great is you need an outside third party to either by game or by season, the entire season. You look that outside third party that has no affiliation whatsoever with the NFL or Major League Baseball or the NBA, and track these refs and see how bad those calls are, and not have it that they can't be fired because they're in a union. No, if you screw up and you're bad enough, Mr. Angel Hernandez, your ass gets kicked out of the league,
Big
or
dog.
you be sent down, or you go sent down to the minors or the G League or whatever, and get retrained,
But the
and you stay
referees,
down there for at least a season.
yeah,
You
but the
would have.
referees are supposed to be this third party. They're not
You
But
supposed to be. They're not part of the NFL. Supposedly, they are.
yeah,
But
big
but the
dog.
thing is, they get paid as much as
yeah,
any other refs. I mean, when the NBA players got big raises, they wanted big raises too, even though the NBA refs play way more games, but they still wanted the same payday for their 17 game schedule. That's why they went on
Dream.
strike that one time. So yeah, they wanted to get paid as much as the NBA refs, no matter even if
Even
even
though they don't play as
yeah,
close to
yeah,
as many games, yeah.
even they get paid the same, even though they ref a lot fewer, of course, as you know, big dog. I
Yeah.
don't know what I don't know what 17 minus 82. Get your
Well,
calculator
that's
out, big dog. I mean, not big dog, scorekeeper.
17 minus 80,
65,
17.
65.
65.
So yeah, they
I
want
didn't
to
even
get
I didn't even need a calculator for that.
good for you, big dog. Because I
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
want to.
Good for you. Play with your buttons because I have to go for accuracy. So
But anyway, I'm just saying, yeah, they want to get paid, even though they're like you said, whatever more games of the NBA. But anyway, that's what they wanted. They wanted is they didn't want to get, they didn't want to be, the lowest paid officials in the world. So they wanted more money. But
I just want
anyway,
to say this. I just want to say this. It doesn't matter if you have third, fourth, or fifth parties. that aren't affiliated with anybody. To think that they wouldn't be approached by the powers that be
Oh yeah,
and
I know.
offered extra
Yeah.
paychecks,
Yeah.
would just be naive at best.
I know.
But
That's
we're gonna get to the point.
I'm living in my dream world.
Okay, guys.
But we are going
Get
to
out
get
of
to
my
the point
world.
where almost everything will be replayed.
Okay, who are the powers that be? I need a little bit of clarity on that.
Me,
Scorekeeper.
I'm the power that be.
Sadly, here may be, but when you guys mention the powers that be, you mentioned the NFL. Who are you referring to?
The gambler. I mean, the gamblers.
They're the power.
I'm
That's the
when I
conspiracy
say
of it.
the
Let's
powers
talk
that
about the
be-
Black
That's not
Sox,
necessarily
scorekeeper.
conspiracy.
The Black Sox.
When I mention the powers that be, I am referring to a conglomeration of, hypothetically, the
No.
NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball or NHL, whatever, and the gambling communities, casinos, Vegas, whatever, meshing up together, working out the script. This is what needs to happen. This is who needs to win. How do we do this so everybody makes money? Now,
Dream, do you really believe that? I'm asking. Roger's asking Thomas. Do you really believe that?
personal opinion, I think that there is stuff in the works behind the scenes.
Okay. All right. Let me stop you right there. Okay. And I'm going to ask you to continue in a moment. Folks, one of the things that we've talked about for years and years, especially when it comes to rules, ownership, I think one thing that is being forgotten here is the owners themselves. Most of these people are billionaires. Most of these people live lives that none of us will ever live. They've been in the trenches, they've done what they've done, and they have the ultimate toy there is, and that is ownership in a team. Very few people can say that. The rules are written, and I've stated this in the past, that it's to protect their interests because they are successful. Folks, when it comes down to it, Dream said this earlier. It's about winning to leave no doubt. You're talking about the most competitive A1 animal in the world. And you're going to tell me that they already have all the money that they want in this cash cow, but yet they're going to be in a conspiracy not to win, just for more money. The ultimate owner has that much money to throw away on ownership because it's bragging rights that they own it. That's what keeps them going. They've reached the pinnacle of American capitalism. So you're telling me that each individual that has strived to be the best, to win at all costs, is part of a conspiracy to get more money and not win. These are the alpha dogs of society. And there's a conspiracy just to get more money.
All right.
But with those
you
alpha
asked
dogs,
me-
Hold
but
on.
with those alpha,
No, hold on. Dream, hold on a moment.
I want to respond to that.
Well, no, okay, Dream, go ahead. No, oh my big dog, god damn it, go.
the bottom line, even though they're alpha dogs, the bottom line is money. So if losing makes them more money, they will do that. They may be the alpha dog, but the bottom line is, oh look, I have a championship. No, the bottom line is, look, I made another $100 million. Look, I made $300 million. Look, I made $1 billion. That is the alpha part of it. If a championship has to be lost for that to happen, they're not going to turn down an extra $100 million just to say, look, I have a trophy.
I'm
Big
going
dog,
to
the number that you're throwing around is an ungodly number that none of us here will ever have. $100 million is a quarter for these people. And I mean a quarterly in a year. So go, Dream. Please jump in.
I wanted to expound on that.
Please.
Thank you.
For the billionaires and everything, to us, that is an ungodly amount of money.
Yes.
We will never touch that kind of money. Like you said, it's a drop in the bucket for these people. I wholeheartedly believe that they don't care about that part of it. They don't care about losing $250,000. They don't care about whatever. Well, I take that back. We would care, obviously, but for them, it's not about the game. Like Big Dog said, it's about profits. It is, that's, you can't tell me, you can't point to any single billionaire, any single, trillionaire or whatever, 100 billionaire, whatever it is, and say that they got that way by being ethical, by caring about rules and regulations, by caring about individual peoples. They don't care about the individual players on their team. They are a product. They are a number that is used to acquire more dollars. That's it. These are all highly skilled business people or whatever field they're in that have acquired so much wealth by any means necessary that they can buy a toy. Like you said, scorekeeper. It's a toy to them. It's a toy on a grandiose scale. And they're going to do whatever it takes to increase their bottom line. Do they care about people? No. Do they care about profits? Yes. And that's what it is. There's no enough money for them.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
then,
damn true.
sorry, Dream, to cut you off. Then why are you watching the NFL? If the game is fixed, they're not interested in the game. Why are you watching? Why is anyone watching? Seriously.
Why is
If
anybody
you know in your
watching?
heart it's fixed, why are we wasting time?
Why
The
are we?
same reason why people watch wrestling
Yep,
for the
100%.
for the sheer enjoyment
Okay.
of it.
Then I don't
It's
understand it because I don't watch wrestling. So, all right,
it's
I guess my argument
But
is
but but
is
we know
lame.
you do. But we
Excuse
know
me.
you do because you know the wrestlers, so we know you do.
it's
I
still
can name 3 or 4. I
Oh
don't
please,
watch
you
wrestling.
okay?
and all the sporting stuff that
I
goes on.
know Ronda McGregor and
That's not wrestling. That's
Thor.
fighting.
Oh, okay. Well, there, elegant proof. I don't watch wrestling. I like to spend time with people. I've been to one wrestling event. But yes, I guess that allegedly means I love wrestling. I've never seen wrestling on TV. My grandfather used to watch Lucha Libre. I was out busy in the backyard playing. I'm sorry, I don't. If I believe something is fixed, I'm not going to watch it. I have no interest. If it's already predetermined, I'm not going to watch. And I don't believe wrestling is predetermined. You've explained to me
It
what
is,
it is. It's entertainment. That's I
but it
can't.
is predetermined. They tell you before the match, okay, you're going to win, but
Okay.
everything you do to leads up to the win, you guys decided that that's why everybody watches because the I know you hate this word, the athleticism of these two individuals that are in the ring
No, actually,
that leads up to the pin.
I don't hate the word. I've said pay attention to how it's used, and then you'll realize how it's used. But anyway, I don't watch wrestling. I don't watch hockey, but I don't
Okay,
think hockey is
okay.
fixed, whatever. But go ahead, Dream. You wanted to go even further?
Well, I mean, even with hockey, you'll have two guys standing around in the side of the ring, or in the side of the
Ring.
arena, rink. That's what I meant to say. Uh, I'm like the ring because we're talking wrestling. But they're standing on two sides on the side of the rink. It's kind of slow, and you'll see they'll be mic'd up and they'll be like kind of bored. You want to go? And they'll be like, yeah, all right, cool. They'll throw their gloves off and start fighting. Like that's been like televised. you can't you can't disprove that. That's already been televised. Um, there's things that the refs can do that influence the game. That doesn't mean that it's fixed. That doesn't mean, well, it kind of does, but it doesn't mean that it's a guaranteed outcome. But the refs can definitely influence the game one way or another. And I, like I said, I find it enjoying. I find enjoyment in it. It's still athleticism beyond what I can do, and these people are highly skilled athletes. Growing up, they're poked, they're prodded, they're measured, you know, and they're put through intense training regimens, and like, again, stuff I would never ever want to do. um like LeBron James, 20 seasons. You know what I mean? How long is this guy going to play? Like, what kind of shape do you need to be in to be able to do this consistently? And it's just unreal to me how we can watch and not see blatant missed calls, and not, you've watched a basketball game and been like, man, that wasn't a foul. They're just giving him the call because he's a star, or they're just giving him a call because he looked at the ref funny, and, like, he was expecting the call. And we've all seen that. Basketball, football, you'll see them chatter on the sidelines with the coach, being like, look, this isn't your time. This is, we got to do this. So, in my personal humble opinion, do I think that the game is influenced? Yes.
Well, Dream, that's a lot different. And I have to tell you that unfortunately you weren't with us a few weeks ago when I'd mentioned again the whole thing about bias. There have been several studies done by the news media, and I forget which university. And I'm not going to mention the university because I already did. It was in the article. Go look at the goddamn episode where I was talking about it. There is a bias in Major League Baseball. Latin umpires
Oh
tend
yeah,
to
remember
give
that. I remember that.
Latin players the benefit of the call. Forgive me, white umpires give the same thing. It's a bias. It is not evil. It is what we are as human beings. So, based on kind of what you said, I'm not attacking you. There is an influence being done. Now, is it an unconscious bias or is it deliberate? If it's deliberate, then I go back to what you guys have been saying for a little while now. Why do you watch? If you believe it's fixed, why do you watch?
And I'll repeat
So,
myself.
and
It's
and there may not be an answer for that. Go ahead, Dream.
it's entertainment. Like I said, this
Yes.
is that I can't do. Do I wish I was in shape? Yeah. Do I wish I was able to do this stuff? Yeah. Did I enjoy when I played it as a kid? Yeah. It's, for me, it's the nostalgia of seeing people do something that I used to do when I was a kid at a more elite level, and how I saw myself growing up with the sport. You know, in my head, I was a kid. I was like, oh man, I just caught this pass like Jerry Rice, or I just threw this, bomb like Joe Montana, or whatever. Like, in
Must be a
my head,
49er fan.
yeah, or in basketball, if you were playing basketball and you didn't go up and shout Kobe, when you made that shot, you know, or Jordan or whatever, like, you had in your head that you were repeating the things that you saw on TV. As an adult, that nostalgia carries back with you. So we still watch it because it's entertaining, yeah, to see these people do it, but it's the sense of nostalgia of when you were a kid playing the game. And that's why you'll see the players nowadays, they'll be talking about, it's like, I'm just blessed to be able to get paid for playing a game.
Okay. All right. So, if you believe this is entertainment and that's all it is, then there's no reason to be complaining about the calls. I don't understand the argument. I genuinely don't. And this is not directed at Dream. This is directed at everyone in this conversation because that's where it's leading. If you believe, as this conversation has gone, it goes back to why you bitching about the calls then. There's actually no argument anymore. There is no conversation anymore. That's why I don't understand this whole line of conversation. I do not believe the game is fixed. And forgive me, I'm going to be an asshole. I played lower levels of the sport. I know that umpires disliked me. I know that umpires liked me. I've talked about that. I've used those to my advantage. But in the end, I felt those people, right or wrong, were trying to make the right calls. Did they make mistakes? God, yes. Did calls go against me? God, yes. But did I think that they were deliberately doing it? Never.
Now
If
the
I did, then that was another issue that had to be handled in the parking lot.
Now, the difference I'm going to add in, you mentioned lower levels. There comes a time in your career when you're making it into the higher levels, there's more money on the line.
Dirty people are dirty people, dude.
Exactly. No matter what industry.
It doesn't matter where they are.
Exactly. And you're going to have the amazing people that are going to hold themselves to high ethical standards and do the right thing no matter what. And those people usually don't make it into the higher levels.
Yeah, guys, don't understand. I mean, understand, guys, what even I said, that I use the umpires. I've said this numerous times, that when I made a play and I blocked out the runner, I was doing it right. And if he made it back in time and I tagged him late, the umpire called him out, I was screaming, yeah, hey, I'm no different.
Yeah.
But I depended on the umpire, and I've been straight up about it. So, okay.
I
want to
I'd
hear
like to-
from everyone else, please. And Dream,
I'd like to
finish
put my
up right
2
now.
cents in on that. Do I believe that the NFL or basketball or baseball is fixed? No. But I do believe there is, just like in anywhere in life, there is a very small percentage of those refs, umps, that have a gambling thing going on where they're trying to make the extra money, like Pete Rose did back in the day, where he bet on the team. So, do I believe that's happening? Yes. Yes, I do. A very small percentage. But it's a small percentage that makes everything else blown out of proportion. And as far as wrestling is concerned, why do I watch wrestling? One, for the entertainment. The other is to get away from real life. It takes me away from all the troubles and tribulations of what's going on, so I can sit in front of the TV or in front of a live event for a couple of hours, and all that goes away. And I'm just there to enjoy what I'm watching in the ring, the athleticism that's going on in the ring. I don't care if, Roman Reigns wins or Cody Rhodes wins. Yes, do I want a certain wrestler to win because I like them more? Yes. But I'm not, super pissed off like if I believed it was real. It just entertainment to take me away from the real world for just a couple of hours.
Okay, I want to get everyone else in the conversation. Almighty got a little bit. I don't know if he has any more, but Anime Girl, NorCal Girl, Engineer, everyone in the chat room, this is a genuine conversation that we have on this program, and this one is a little heavier than most, and it's good. Unlike other programs, believe it or not, your opinion does matter. We do listen to it.
But that's one thing I like about this show is that you can have an unpopular opinion and voice it and be heard, and then carry on, and everything's all fun.
That's right.
Exactly.
I agree.
Guys, there's a lot in this. Almighty, did you want to add anything right now, or do you want to listen to the others first?
Oops, hold on.
No, I'm not.
Email.
No, I don't think that anything's rigged. I don't. I'm just saying that, I don't know. I don't think it's rigged. And you're right about, only the losing side matters when it comes to a rig. You don't see a winning team going, oh, that was rigged. That's why we won. But
Except for the Astros.
Yeah, except for the Astros. Yeah.
It's actually damn funny, man.
Yeah, that. But so I don't think so. I mean, I hate to think that. I mean, it's always fun. I think the controversy and stuff is always fun to talk about, like on this show. Listen to Dream, because he's on the show and he finally gets to, to hear him talk is always a pleasure on this show. I miss him when he's not here, even though he's a Baker basher, and
Sorry.
I know he doesn't care about Baker one way or another, but I'm still. But there's a time when he would badmouth Baker, and maybe he deserved it. But he's a better man now these days than he used to be.
So Dream is a Baker basher, and you're
lower.
Oh, what?
a master baker.
There you go.
I'm a master baker. I've had years. I've had years of practice. Actually,
Liz got that one.
Actually,
I
I've
heard
been on a
Liz's giggle.
reality show
Boy,
called The
you
Master
hear me
Bakers.
shaking my head and giggling.
No, I have a reality show called The Master Bakers, and we'll see what happens. I'll be the host, and it'll be on A&E. Uh,
Oh, will it have lots of cream
Master Bakers,
stuffed
yeah.
type of
Oh
donut?
God.
Good.
It's gonna be powdered
All
milk.
right, all right, all right. Continue, Almighty. Thank
Anyway,
you.
Okay, I don't think it's rigged. 'Cause I hate to think that, and I don't think it's possible. I mean, I guess you can say it might have been rigged a little bit when the Jets beat the Baltimore Colts back in Super Bowl III, but that's been that's always been a thing too, that it was rigged. How can the Jets beat the Colts? And there was the word on the street was that if the Jets did not beat the Colts, then the AFL would have been looked as inferior and the merger may not have happened. That was the word on,
okay.
and that was the word on the street. So I don't. So but and like Roger says, the reason we watch these games is that we watch them for the excitement and plus the upsets.
Yep.
We made our picks a little while ago. What, about almost 2 hours ago, and everybody mostly picked like the Ravens and the 49ers. So if the Lions win, that's an upset, and the Lions will be going to the first Super Bowl ever. And that will be a major storyline, a major storyline. And Detroit actually Detroit will still suck as a city, but still the Lions will be in the Super Bowl.
But the colors don't match up.
No. Well, then another controversy will be settled.
There you go. That's
Well,
right.
no, the colors will matter because it's mostly purple, and that's the Ravens.
Yeah, well, I know, but it's red. The other one would be red.
We're going to be red. We're going to be red and gold all the way.
But anyway, I'm just saying that. I mean,
Yeah,
so
no, I know.
still, again, it's not going to be a major upset because they're both kind of all these teams are mostly evenly matched. We saw the comparable. So whoever wins these games is not going to be a major upset. It'll just be someone we did not predict. It's not like the 49ers are playing like the Jaguars or somebody like that. They're playing another excellent team, and the Ravens are not. And the Ravens are not playing the Browns. So what the hell Jets to that?
Just real quick while I interject this. This was from Gig that she posted.
Oh God.
No.
And it says, remember when Mahomes, when he was younger and he was on Roseanne?
No.
Oh,
That's messed up.
that's
Oh my
awesome.
God.
That's
All right,
awesome.
so NorCal girl, anime girl, any comments, or Jay,
Yes.
any comments, concerns on the controversy stuff we're talking?
The only thing I wanted to say is, unfortunately, Big Dog literally almost said exactly what I had planned on saying. Is no, I don't think it's fixed, except maybe there might be an outlier there or two. And it's kind of funny that he used Pete Rose as the example because that's the same as I was going to go with. There is fixes and there is cheating in any form of any sport that you do, but it's not the norm. And the same is like if you're watching like wrestling, we know it's fake. We know there's a storyline, but it is just that to sit there, turn off your brain from the real world, because trust me, you need to at times, and just veg out and have fun with the storyline and root for the person you want and root not for the person that you don't want. So no, cheating will always be a part of society, but it's not the norm. It is the one-off.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Anime girl engineer. I'm not going to answer. These are all opinions. It's not for us to just keep answering each other because nothing will ever get done.
Yeah. But except for the wrestling part,
Oh, here
you're
we
right
go.
about wrestling, except for
You just
Tortuga.
answered.
Right, Big Dog?
Anime girl engineer.
Yes. Anime Girl was going to say something.
Well, my opinion is when it comes to things like baseball, basketball, football, be it American or European, one team can't fix the game. They can amend it, possibly, but they can't fix it. So personally, no, I can't see it being fixed. Wrestling, I don't even consider that a damn sport. I consider that a soap opera, and I don't really enjoy it. So, yeah, wrestling is just pure fantasy. Can the umps and the refs fix a game? Not without the collusion of both sides that are playing that game. So again, they may influence it or bend it to a certain way, but the ultimate result is down to the two teams that are playing. That's why I think. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Who can say?
Engineer?
Hello, engineer, you're up.
A squared plus B squared is a worthless line.
Stop sniffing the damn grass and talk to us.
A squared plus B squared equals a big toe.
No comment.
Okay, maybe engineer will return to us in a moment. So,
Okay.
all right. This is a worthy conversation, folks, and it's something that's not going to be settled. Oh, he says he's on the phone. Well, thank you for ditching us for the phone, but that's all right.
He's probably
Very
talking to his
quickly,
girlfriend.
it is 9:01 a.m. This is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday, on January 27, 2024. This is what it's about, folks. This is real. This is a conversation that cannot be had anywhere else because they don't have the balls to have it. They won't. Because number one, they're not smart enough. And two, they're frightened of what could happen. That's why these
Oh, yeah.
conversations only happen here.
Yep.
So
You'll
no one
never see this type of debate like on ESPN or Fox News
Oh no.
or
Oh,
Fox
man,
Sports.
you got-
Excuse me.
No, wouldn't it be cool if it was?
I feel
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
bad because I come in and then all of a sudden it's like Debbie Downer, like, oh yeah, there's fixes and controversies, and I'm not
Really?
trying to ruin anybody's parade. I'm not.
Please don't even take it that way. This is meaty stuff. And when we get it, we all grab onto it and we all have something to say about it. That's a good thing.
Dream, Debbie Downer, was that the sequel to Debbie Does Dallas?
No, that was Debbie Goes Downer.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Why do you think they
Thank you.
lost the playoffs? Because Debbie did dance.
did you like my Mexican word of the day, anime girl?
I must have missed that one. What was the Mexican word of
It
the
was
day?
on my Facebook page, if I'm not mistaken. I sent it to a few people. I thought I sent
Was
it
it
to
the nacho one or which one?
No,
Because
no, it was Dallas.
okay, because Gridiron Girl sent like 3 or 4 of them too. So
Okay, well, the word of the day was Dallas. Because when the Cowboys lost the game, Dallas, the last game they're going to play all year.
Oh,
You actually got it,
God.
Edwin.
Oh,
Thank you.
God.
That was
Yeah.
the Mexican word of the day. It was rather
Ow.
fun.
All I can say is ow.
Oh, now we're getting sorry guys from engineer. So are you back, engineer? Or just you're still sorry?
he's just
For us.
sorry.
Or of us. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about. This is why we're here. So, Dream, I appreciate you said that, but no, dude, it's not a downer. This is good stuff. And it drives me when we have great conversations like this. And it's worthy, and I'm glad that we're a part of it. Our audience is listening to us. I wish they would comment as well.
The difference is when we have a conversation like this, right? It proves that we're not just a bunch of idiots sitting here bumping our gums about that team or this team. We're willing to sit down, take on a subject that's controversial, and then put our points of view about that subject. That's the difference.
Big dog?
Big dog, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, Dream. I like it when Dream comes on because he does make us think. You know, he puts stuff out there that makes us put our thinking hats on. But one of this is the one I was actually raising my hand for was Gig sent one about the Mexican word of the day is cheesehead. And the thing was, I asked my wife if the Packers are going to the Super Bowl, and she said no.
Got it.
Okay, never mind.
But by the way, I do want to
Hey.
I do want to welcome Dream, and thank goodness that he's here, because when he's here, we go into deep thought stuff. So I'm ever so thankful that you haven't been here for the last year, and you've given us root and reason to really go deep on these conversations. So I missed you, Dream.
Missed you too, bud. I'll leave you
Yeah.
with this. I'll leave you with this one.
Oh,
All
you're
right.
leaving?
So
You're leaving? You're
in
leaving?
just a
That
minute.
means we're gonna go back into the dark ages now without you.
All right. So little Paco was in class, and the teacher
Oh,
said, "Use. I want you to
scorekeeper.
use these 3 words in a sentence: green, pink, and yellow." And little Paco raises his hand and he says, "Okay, I got you." And she says, "Okay, go ahead." And he goes, "When I was at home, the phone go green, green. So I pink it up and I say yellow."
Well done.
Hey,
Jay's back. Well done.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that
Jay,
one.
are you still talking with your sister? I heard you a moment ago.
His sister,
God
quote
damn,
unquote.
I have to beg you, Jay. Oh, that's right. I'm a clerk here, an engineer. Damn.
I'm back for a second. I'm back.
No. 1, 2,
2.
3.
I saw
Four.
I saw you were giving like the salute
I
just a
have no
second
idea what
ago.
you're talking about, Jay. Please share your point of view. Thank you.
Um, when it comes to refereeing and everything, um, I was listening in on everyone's conversation, and I definitely strongly agree that it's not fixed. And I'm always thinking, I mean, that does come in all of our heads that sometimes things are fixed and things are not going the way you want it to go. But the key thing with everything, with NFL, NBA, whatever type of refereeing or umpiring, is human. I mean, we're all human. I mean, we everyone can't see everything. I mean, these games go so darn fast that we have the luxury of looking at cameras and videos and replays. Even though NFL has that too, and they still make the darn stupid mistakes, but everyone's human, and the referees out there that've been doing it for a very long time, they really sometimes they make mistakes and they don't see everything. That's why we got 4 or 5 of them, but it's still overall. I think um, the key thing is that a lot of people make mistakes.
Okay.
And Jay, I
That's
want
my
to
two
thank you for
cents.
that. And
Feel that.
again, I love the fact that we're each making a comment. At this point, if other people jump in to answer, it's circles. The comments stand on themselves. But since Dream did bring this one up, and he is short on time because he is a working man, a soon to be a billionaire. I'm sorry, Dream. I bow to you. I bow to you because I know that you're gonna have a hamburger chain and all that. I mean, a fast food chain and all that stuff.
Oh
But
Lord.
you
No, I
know,
just wanted to say, it's like it comes back to integrity and honesty. And it's what I said earlier. Like, I really feel bears repeating. It's like the integrity of the winners needs to match the outrage of the losers. And until then, like in all walks of life, the integrity of whoever's in charge needs to be held accountable just as much, as the responsibility of the people on the other side of the coin. The outrage needs to be matched with the integrity of the other side. And you know, Jay just got done saying, it's like, we're all human, we're all equal. That just reminded me of one of my favorite lines in a book. It's like all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others.
Animal Farm, baby.
Yeah. So it's like whoever has the money makes the rules.
Yeah.
And
And
that's the long and short of it. History is written by the winners, and whoever has the money makes the rules.
oh damn.
So I mean, I'm a little more bitter than most. I have been through a lot in my life, just like all of us have. And I've seen some. I love it.
Buy the outrage. Damn
So
it. I messed up.
so close.
I love it.
You know that, but it's true. We need to hold ourselves accountable. We need to be in. We need to have integrity. We need to be honest. and we need to stand up for those that don't have that voice. We need to stand up for the people that are getting oppressed and getting put down. And all right, I'll put my presidential bid in later.
I would support you because you don't have the skeletons and dead bodies that I do. And dude, you'd get a lot of female votes. Oh no, you'd get male votes as well.
Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
Oh
Hey,
no.
don't call my son.
Oh, there's going to be an issue moving forward, Almighty.
Oh
You
boy.
know, at this point, I think I'm going to become the Mother Mary here because I'm the only one who's superior to any of you
Which
guys.
Mary? There's two of them.
There's
Yes,
more.
I know.
You
There's
are nothing like my Mary.
I Mary Magdalene, thank you.
All kidding aside, Dream, what time are we losing you right now or in a little bit or what?
Yeah, I'm pretty much taking off right now. I'm gonna go spend some time with the kid.
Okay.
Off, and she's got a day off because it's Saturday, so we're just gonna kind of chill and hang out together.
Well, Dream,
Enjoy.
knowing that,
Yeah,
it
enjoy
means a
yourself,
great
Drew.
deal that you came in to spend time with us.
Yeah.
It does. I
It
heard
was
that.
great to everybody, Almighty, Big Dog, Anime Girl, NorCal Girl, Engineers. Great hearing from everybody. And it's nice because like I was just talking to one of my other older friends, and it's like, sometimes it's like it's just family. It's like it
Mhm.
doesn't matter, how long you've been apart. You just walk back in the same room, whether it's a chat room or physically, and you're all just kind of jumping right back into the swing of things, and it's nice to have that feeling.
That's right. And thank you, Stud Muffin, for stopping by, and I'll call you in a couple of days.
Yeah, you wish.
It's good to hear from you, Dream.
All right, see you guys.
Take
All
care.
right.
Bye.
Later.
Well, now knowing that Dream has left us, we have re-entered the dumb age. So we will go ahead and continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is all good in the hood. Again, it is 9:12 a.m. on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Of course, you have yours truly, scorekeeper. We have the almighty I. We have the big dog over there. And, of course, we have Engineer and Anime Girl and NorCal Girl. So I throw it to our three down there, NorCal Girl, Anime Girl, or Engineer. Do you have anything that you wish to get to right now? Because Big Dog has quite a bit of information.
The only thing I found interesting has you guys been following what's gone on with those 3 Chiefs fans that froze to death and all of the
No,
weirdness
I didn't
going
hear
I
on
about
with
that.
it?
just saw
I
that
didn't hear about that.
yesterday. Do you have that?
Um,
If you're gonna
actually, I have
mention it,
my
woman,
thing.
come prepared.
Yeah, no, I have it. I have it. It just
¿Qué pasó?
have to get to it to send it. And I'm playing with my iPad as well as my phone, so
Okay, I'm gonna go to an article that is on Fox News right now, so that'll make our right wing happy. I'm gonna put it in the private chat. Are you ready with the story?
hang on. I'm still trying to pull it up. So I was looking at
Go ahead
something
and
else.
keep pulling it up then.
Hopefully that's
Okay.
not what he said.
Okay, do you guys want me to read this to you or
Whatever you
send
you
it?
tell us.
Think
You're the
first?
lead on this story right now. Go ahead about the 3 Chiefs fans.
Okay. Actually, I'm trying to send it over to you guys as well. But no, they went partying with this guy. And I'll read you the article here in a second as soon as I get done sending you guys.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
shut up.
4,
All right.
5, 6. It's intellect. It's yeah. Go
I
ahead.
sent it to you
Via
right.
Facebook.
No, via
by
PM.
Messenger. It's
All right, I
on
will
the
put it
Sports Talk with the
in.
Guys site.
I'm putting it in the chat room as well as the private chat. There it is, folks. So
Yeah.
you guys can go. So go.
This is actually the second article. It's about it. It's getting more and more weird. So, anyways, it's the 5th Kansas City Chiefs fan at a party where 3 friends were frozen to death. They were the person that had the apartment had no idea these guys were out there for 48 hours. It says the fifth man who attended a Kansas City Chiefs watch party and left before 3 of his friends were found laser frozen to death in the host's backyard has now been identified. It said that they had rented a rental home on January 9th, 2 days after all 5 friends were there to watch football, is when these bodies were found. And it goes on to explain that the girlfriend's family members had all been trying to contact the main guy, Jordan Willis, I believe was the renter of it. And for 48 hours until the cops showed up to do a welfare check, supposedly he woke this guy up. And they're like, we've been trying to get a hold of you. We're missing these guys. And he's like, I didn't hear anything. I've been asleep. And one of the other guys who crashed over was snoring so loudly, I couldn't hear anything. They went out in the backyard and found all 3 bodies frozen. And the autopsy report, I believe, just now came in because they thought at first maybe drugs were involved in it. They got outside, got confused. But as far as we can tell, there was no drugs, and it's now not being called anything suspicious. And it's just a regular frozen death. But there's too many open holes in this. It's like, why? You didn't know one of your friends were missing. Okay, I get that. You'd supposedly stayed over to watch Jeopardy. But for 48 hours, family members were trying to contact you, but you say you were asleep because the guy next to you was snoring too loud for 48 hours?
Which also doesn't make sense because either you were asleep or the guy was snoring too loud that you couldn't hear the phone. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but 48 hours, I mean, really?
Yeah.
You don't know somebody's missing for 48 hours?
Well, I can see that. Yeah. I can see that because I've gone out with friends. Like when I went to the wrestling event a couple of weeks ago, I went with my buddy. We went. We after it was over, we said our goodbyes, and I probably didn't talk to him for almost a week, just because I had nothing really to talk about with him. Anyway.
Well, it's like the guy's lawyer is saying that Willis was also unreachable. His lawyer said that he had been, quote unquote, asleep on the couch next to a loud fan wearing noise-canceling headphones for nearly 2 days.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That part's bullshit.
How do you? Yeah.
It's
so the case is not being investigated. It's not being investigated as a homicide, and the police have emphatically said that the foul play has not been involved. It said the police are emphatically saying foul play is not involved.
This guy that was supposedly asleep for 2 straight days. How does it say his age by any chance?
I think it's 30s, mid to late 30s. Thought it said it was like 37 or something.
The only way that guy would be out of the count for 2 days straight was if he took something.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would knock him out for the 2 days.
I mean, because I don't know of anybody in this day and age, especially in their mid to late 30s. I mean, maybe because you're that old, but if he was younger, I would say there's absolutely no way. There's absolutely I would say 90% chance that he would have checked his phone in those 48 hours. I can't see anybody who has a phone not checking it for 48 hours.
I mean,
I get up to go pee. I check my phone.
Yeah. Even my age, I check my phone at least twice during the day. I don't fall asleep for 48 hours.
Would you please show us your phone? You have a Phonosaurus, yes.
My Phonosaurus.
You get text messages there?
I get text messages.
Look. Oh, look at that. I had a flashback to 2003.
Yeah, isn't that like
there? It's there. And I checked that.
It is one from 2003, Big Dog. It's not an exaggeration.
Yeah, see?
Oh, look, it has a color screen on there.
At least it works. As long as it works.
Can you still buy the ringtones for 99 cents and the expensive ones for $1.29?
No, you can't.
Sorry.
That's why I put my own ringtones on.
Folks, also understand that the police department is more than likely investigating all aspects, but they don't announce all of it too. He has to be
Yeah.
investigated. Folks, this United States of America, there's concepts that come over from English law. And if you enter someone's property in the same way that, look, if you slip and fall on someone's property, the property owner's liable. 3 people died on the property. Please do not tell me the owner's not liable.
Yeah.
So I
Well, you know,
understand
the
there's more
dad
to
of
the story. Yes, that it was rented and all this stuff, but
yeah.
the police are investigating, so they're just not
Yeah.
announcing it because they just haven't.
There's more going on because even the family, the father of one of the victims, is actually has publicly started pointing fingers at Willis because he's saying he's not buying the research science. He's an HIV research scientist, I guess this guy is. He's not buying his version of what happened.
Well, I don't know Missouri law, but in something like this, I think there's going to be an autopsy. So
It
I
has
would
to
hope
be.
so.
There
that's
has to be
number
an
one.
But
autopsy.
it's
Well,
been
she said there
2
was an
weeks, and I
autopsy.
believe there was an autopsy. It's been 2 weeks
Well,
because they
okay,
went and they could not. They were still waiting to find out whether there was illicit drugs or not.
yeah, but
And I
realistically, 2
think that
weeks
came
for
in yesterday.
sorry, Liz. Realistically, 2
Go
weeks for
ahead.
an autopsy to get the results. You get the preliminary one, but it takes a long time to do all the testing for everything. They can go 6 to 8 weeks. Remember, guys, people die, and then 2 months later we hear the official thing because it takes a little while.
Yeah.
You got to remember,
Almighty.
this is Missouri.
Missouri.
See it through, Almighty. I was not going to argue with the big dog because he beat me to it. See it through.
Anyway, Missouri, whatever you want to call it. This is one of those Bible Belt, Midwest states where, they don't exactly know what they're doing. So,
Oh, I didn't expect this to go in that manner. Thank you.
and plus, it's going to take, how long will it take for the bodies to thaw out before they can even do an autopsy?
It's going to
That
take
is
a
true.
little bit.
That is true too.
You know
It
what
does
I'm
take a
saying?
little time.
And how much will be left to, and since it's frozen, everything should be fresh from when it actually happened.
Yeah.
So we don't know. So what is to think? I mean, yeah. So Roger's right. I mean, the police will say one thing while something else is going on, just so they don't tip their hand.
Well, yeah,
Right.
they've got to keep it under wraps until they can at least rule out
Right.
foul play.
And Roger's also right that probably the relatives of these guys will probably try and sue everybody under the sun. From the occupants. Did you say it was a rental?
Yes.
The rental, yeah.
They will probably sue the owners too. They'll sue everybody they can get their hands on.
Scorekeeper,
Yeah.
just wanted to add.
my thing-
Go ahead, Liz.
I was going to say just my whole thoughts of it, with some of the background and stuff. It just 2 and 2 don't make 4. Something isn't quite adding up, right? Either that or you were so heavily into some drugs that just you didn't wake up, because that doesn't make sense. 48 hours.
Guys,
Have you ever taken Ambien?
no.
Oh, see, that's a drug. If you take quite a few of those, you're going to be gone for a very long time.
Not necessarily. I've taken Ambien before.
Well, everybody reacts to Ambien differently. You act like everybody's the same, but no. Everybody reacts to it differently. I mean, there are people that go driving around when they're on Ambien and don't remember it. So you got to realize.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
Not for 48 hours.
That's what happened to my mom, because she took Ambien and I caught her walking out of the house and she was still asleep. So don't tell me a drug is the same for everybody. It's not.
No, I'm not. But as someone who has been a medical professional for the last 30 years and has given it to multiple people, everybody, yes, does react differently. But you do not have that kind of a reaction for 48 hours.
It depends how many you take and what other things you've taken with it. A
So
person can sleep
do
for
we have a
48 hours.
doctor in the house? Are we gonna call or do we call you Mash now?
Well, I'm just saying that
Not you,
Oh,
I don't know
Momash.
why
talking
he's
to her.
he
Hot
probably
lips.
We
the
can call her Hot
medical
Lips. Yeah, I like that. We call her Hot Lips.
Yeah, hot lips. Well, hot, yeah, yeah, really. But I'm just saying that we don't know the why that guy slept for 48 hours. A person can do that. There's a way of, you act like no one can sleep for 48 hours. It's possible. It is possible that under the
Oh,
right circumstances.
then again, you see, you're saying the bloke that was asleep for 40 hours, what did he take? What did the three outside take to make them fall asleep?
And
They
that's
could have
what
taken
and that's
stuff
what they're
as well.
investigating.
That's what I said. There has got to be some
Right.
other outside source doing it.
Yep.
Or he's lying about it the whole thing, because that does not make sense.
And 3 months, 6 months from now, you will hear more about it. But I don't know if we will. I mean, it's Kansas City, so it might just, fly under the radar, as far as everybody knowing about it, since it's Missouri. Who cares about Missouri except Kansas City fans? But,
I'm getting emotional.
Oh, you'll be picking on Alabama next.
no, I like Alabama.
Why?
Why not?
Alabama and
Alabama-
the toothbrush instead of the teeth brush.
Picking on
Kentucky.
Alabama
That's
is like picking
Virginia.
on the runt. Do you know both Alabama and Missouri are at the bottom of the educational level in the United States of America?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying that, this may never be figured out.
But that was in Alabama and Mississippi. This is
Oh, this is it. Well,
This is
they
in
may have
Missouri.
maybe Missouri. They both start with an M.
I mean, as far as yes, we're going to find out 6 months from now. If it was an accident and it comes back that they were drunk, I could see them falling asleep. Or they're so drunk, when you pass out, and
And if you're-
that was
Yeah.
in that football game. We saw how cold it was, so it was probably 0 or minus 10 or 15, maybe even colder than that. So it wouldn't have taken long for them to freeze to death
And
if
you're
they
drunk,
were out there passed out.
and if you're drunk, you're not going to feel that cold like you would if you were sober.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you do one. They're going to be, shall we say, slightly inebriated. 2, they're going to start to fall asleep. So hypothermia will kick in first before they actually fall asleep and pass. As for the guy that says he was asleep on the couch for 48 hours, as both Liz and Almighty has said, it depends what cocktail he either took.
Because he either took something that knocked him out for all that time, which can happen, or he's just straight out lying.
Right. And there's a cover up right there. Maybe he kicked them out and let them back in, and they froze to death, or he accidentally fell asleep. And I don't know. You're right about this, but hopefully, the investigation will become, where we can actually see it and find out. Because I'm interested. I mean, North Cal girl has me interested in this. But I agree with her too. I know I was arguing for the 48-hour thing, but still, it's hard to fall asleep for 48 hours, especially when you're in the habit of checking your phone 12 times an hour.
Well, it's hard to
Yeah, and I mean, the family said they tried texting him to find out, called them, and he didn't hear any of that. So,
well, I mean, even if he was asleep, he put his phone on do not disturb. He's not going to hear the phone ring. But if he has that, but plus he had those noise canceling earphones too, and it's because someone was snoring. And you would think so. Who was the guy that was snoring that didn't wake up?
Yeah.
that was in a different article, and I don't think it named him. It was just another one of the buddies that had been over for the party.
Well, he said he was wearing them because someone was snoring. So there's a second person present, right? Is that your impression?
Well, there were 5 people, right?
Yeah.
3
There's
died.
3. Well, 3 died, and then there were 2. He put on the noise canceling headphones. The first article I read was because the other guy was snoring so loudly.
Right. Okay.
The one that I sent you said something about it was the overhead fan he was trying to block out. I have a feeling it was probably a combination of both.
But
Supposedly.
still, there's a second guy. What was he doing?
I don't know. That has not been addressed.
See, so there's a second guy that I doubt if he slept the whole 48 hours because his own snoring would wake him up eventually.
But then again, maybe he didn't know these people and weren't getting the texts from their families, their girlfriends, wives, whatever.
Liz, are you outside playing with your cows?
No, I'm not. Why?
Because it sounded like a big windstorm in your house.
Yeah, we hear wind.
Or you're blowing it up?
It's from one of our hot nips.
I turned my head toward the fan. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe you had gas or something. So I was going to say.
You're
oh my
turning
goodness.
your head towards the fan. Oh, you're getting a refill. Good for you, Airhead.
But that is an interesting.
There are times
story.
I don't love you anymore.
Go ahead and play with Almighty and Big Dog. There's no three. There's only two. Go after those two.
So that's interesting. I hope we find out about that. If anything, at least the autopsy report when it comes out eventually. But it's interesting. That's an interesting story. That may also be on one of those Dateline shows or something too.
Yeah, we'll see the new season of Dateline in September about the triple murder in Kansas City.
The triple murder.
Well,
Oh yeah, really?
I've just read one of the articles, and it says here that they're on about a drug laced with fentanyl could have contributed to death.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't hear that one.
You see, that could have shown up in the
initial
autopsy.
The initial autopsy, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of that word. Folks, look, it could be, and I'm going to throw this one out there, and if you guys did say when I stepped away, I'm sorry. This could be a case of personal responsibility. They drank too much, and they froze to death. That actually is not a strange thing.
Well, the autopsy bits could be somewhat difficult because two of the families reckon that two of the family members have already been cremated.
Oh.
Wow.
That's fast.
Yeah. That is fast.
Well, if that's the case, then you have incompetent law enforcement.
True story.
Yeah. The comment about it being Bible Belt law enforcement. If that wow.
Unless they took blood samples, but I mean, you'd still want to cut the person open to look at their heart and their stomach contents and all the other stuff. I mean,
blood samples won't. Yeah, right. I mean, that'll help, but it won't be enough.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
You're going to need to have tissue samples the whole bit, and even then.
As I say,
and it does take a certain amount of time to unthaw.
Folks, this is Missouri, Middle America, and that's not an opinion. This is look at the crime stats. I'm quoting crime stats. It's funny. Missouri is a bad state, and who knows?
Did it say how soon they were cremated?
No, it didn't say. It just said that the autopsy had been carried out, and the worker confirmed with two of the men's family members saying that the deceased loved ones had already been cremated. I mean, apparently this happened on January the 7th.
So wait a minute. Wait, I misunderstood. Was the autopsy done then?
So the autopsy might have already been done and the body released.
Yeah.
And then they just cremated.
Okay. Now that's normal. Guys, remember, they can do the autopsy, Liz. What? I understand an autopsy takes 24 to 48 hours, right?
24 to 48, yeah.
Yeah.
When the body's thawed.
I'm sorry?
When the body's not frozen.
Right. It has to be reasonable.
You do have to have some time to thaw, yes.
If this was 2 weeks ago, then I could see it. And then if this is actually normal. They got the samples. They have everything they need. We may have jumped the gun on that one. Or we may have jumped the body on that one. Sorry.
Just real quick, tangent back to regular sports. Not Liz, I'm sorry. Gig sent a thing on the PM that Kadarius Toney is now ruled out for the Chiefs-Ravens championship game due to a hip injury and personal reasons.
Watch your language.
And that is from Adam Schefter. So you can pretty much put a lock on that one.
So that means he won't be jumping off sides and messing up the.
Yeah, he's wide receiver.
Yeah. Or remember he lined up offside, which he raised the greatest probably
Oh yeah.
play in NFL history. So yeah, that's a sad story in sports. But he's a receiver like you said, and he does catch some balls. So we'll see who takes his place and how that affects the team. But as you know, he always throws to Kelsey, but Kelsey has been dropping a lot of passes, especially since he met Taylor Swift. So I don't know if he gets exhausted the night before a game and he just can't concentrate. I don't know, or maybe he's looking forward to what's going to happen after the game, in the evening. I don't know.
But if he's dating her, as it's alleged, you would think that his hand-eye coordination would be better. But what do I know?
No, because her chesticles are smaller than a football, so he's only used to catching smaller things. Yeah. The football's much bigger, so that's why he fumbles it.
Yeah.
You know what? I can see that because he was in line and then he went smaller. It happened fast. Hey, folks, I was in Alaska for 9 days. I acclimated to 29, 49 degrees weather. That when I arrived back in LA, it was 55 degrees and I was perspiring. I can see that. You can acclimate to your environment quickly.
Yep.
But I don't know. But it's been going on most of the season. I mean, last 4 or 5 weeks that he's been dropping passes that he should catch. I mean, the Chiefs are still winning. Don't get me wrong; they have a part of a running game that works and other receivers, but he is good for dropping 2 or 3 balls a season. A game, I would think. And they're in
lately. He's
and he's wide open when he does it. It's not like he needs to switch.
Maybe he needs to switch the gloves or something.
Maybe, or maybe he just needs to stop having so many relations with Taylor Swift,
or bring back the Stickum.
Oh my gosh!
Here we go again.
And the tearaway jerseys.
Oh man, I will never forget the one picture of for the Raiders. They called him the judge. God damn it! He was a cornerback.
Tatum,
Hayes.
Right? Hayes. Lester Hayes.
Lester Hayes. I remember that one picture where he has his gloves and is just completely covered in stickum on both of his hands, and he's just standing like this on the sidelines because he can't touch anybody or anything. And of course, that was the year he had like 14 interceptions or something.
Yeah.
And then they outlawed the stickum, and the following season he had like 3 interceptions.
Yeah. All you had to do was stick out your hand, and there it was, and you just pulled it in and ran.
Yeah. You just had to be close to the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kelsey has had a problem the last, as you said, about 5 weeks. I mean, he's been dating Taylor now for a few months, but it seems that all his fumbles or drop passes seem to have started after that one concert that he went to, where she names him in her song that he's her boyfriend. And it seems that after that happened, that's when all his fumbles or drop passes started.
That must have been the kiss of death. Now, if
Aisha
pretty much,
and a team that should be in, you would think the NFL would want the Chiefs in there so they could also get the Swifties as part of the ratings thing going on. So it'd be and plus Taylor Swift about there's going to be a couple shots of her, so she gets exposed to over 1 billion fans around the world. So it's a win-win.
Aisha, had your line ended with athleticism, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. The post is great, but had you put in athleticism, that would have been great. Oh man,
I didn't wish to be how should we say,
Roger-ish.
Yeah, I thought the jackassery was yours and yours alone.
Look, think about it, folks. I talked about that word. Listen to how they use it. Listen who uses it and which players are talking about.
Yeah,
You
so
should.
I,
You should.
I
Oh,
still think
athleticism or
Yeah.
Jack Cassidy.
both.
No, Jack Cassidy's mine.
Well, I know. I was going to say Jack Cassidy. You should submit
Trademark.
that to Webster's for the word of the year.
Um,
Mm,
well, he's got 12 months to do that now since it's a new year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have they had bootylicious and all that became a word and in the dictionary. So Jack
Yeah.
Cassidy, I don't see
Yeah.
is any worse than that.
But you got to understand that probably in the bedroom he has a lot of machoism going on too.
That's true.
you never know. This is a modern age of kids. You never know. What they do on the field doesn't necessarily mean what they do at home. But
Yeah,
anyway,
we know.
I don't want to talk about
But
that.
we know that Kelsey,
Oh, we
sweats
do?
machoism.
Really?
Rather
Wow.
depends if he's got cold hands whether she moves or not, doesn't it?
Well, if he has cold hands, that means her
Oh,
boobies will
God,
go.
what did I say? I didn't want to
She-
go there.
She's a cold fish.
No. Well, I mean, she'll get perky nipples, so
Well, if you get a nice ice pop, that would work.
Yeah, maybe. Well, hey, maybe like they say, you'll put your eye out.
We have entered the dark ages of sports talk with the guys.
No, we have not. We are discussing important events right now.
Come on, engineer. Come on, buddy. You can't be talking to your sister for this long. I
Yeah,
know you're tight with your family, but dude, cut it out.
He wants
No,
no
he's-
part of this.
He's communing with the grass.
He wants no part of this.
Is he the grass man now? Oh, there he is. Hey, come on.
So anyway,
I've been listening.
I know
So-
you've been listening. You haven't been commenting.
You just haven't been commenting.
So what are the comments about Jim Harbaugh becoming the coach of the Chargers? He wins a national championship, and then now he's with the Chargers, a 5-year contract.
Oh,
Great
Money
outro.
talks.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
Money
talks.
happy about that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
true.
the
Money
guy grows
talks.
ecstatic.
I missed
But
that
will
one.
he be successful? We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, he was when he was with the Niners.
That's right.
Yes, he was.
What
Yeah.
did the Niners have before Harbaugh? Nothing.
True story.
Right. Right.
So it'll be
He's a
interesting.
good coach.
The only thing I
Yeah.
don't like him being the Chargers is that he's in the AFC, so there won't be no
Mhm.
Hardball Bowl.
Well, the only thing I don't
There'll
like
be a
about it is that
championship.
the only thing I don't like about it is that
Hardball
it's
Bowl.
the Chargers. It's
He
the
won a
Chargers.
Super Bowl with both of them facing off in the Super Bowl. Jim and John
True. True.
in midfield after the game, getting into their brotherly fight where their parents have to come in and break it up. That's what we want. But anyway, you're right. Championship game. That'll be interesting if the Chargers. I mean, anyway,
Mhm.
we'll see what we see. We should see an improvement right away with the Chargers, and I'm sure the quarterback
That is
they
true.
have,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
We'll see have a big improvement next year too. Well, how can you not? I mean, it's best face facts, true believer. How can the Chargers not have improvement next year?
Yeah.
They could have improvement with scorekeeper being the coach.
I wonder if Harbaugh actually lost the national championship. Would he be a coach at San Diego? I mean, L.A.
No, he would want to
No.
stay. He would want. He
Yeah.
won the national championship, and he might
Then
as well leave. I think he's been chomping at the bit to get back to the NFL for quite a few years, but
Mhm.
he had unfinished business with Michigan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I really can't say the word. I shouldn't be saying the word Michigan from where I live, but I will make an exception for this show and say Michigan sucks dick. I mean, Michigan,
Oh.
this, or as Woody Hayes would say, the team up north.
And the thing with Harbaugh is like any successful college coach, or any coach that coaches in college, it's usually the stepping stone to get to the NFL. There are very few college coaches that are successful and happy just staying in college. There are a few, of course, and those are usually the guys that are there for 25, 30 years and, have the most wins or close to the most wins. But for the most part, most of those head coaches in college, they want to take the next level up because, there's thousands of colleges that you could head coach at, but there's only 32 positions open,
NFL.
in the
Not
NFL.
And that's true, big dog, but not necessarily because you can make a lot more money coaching college.
if you're that successful, yes.
But I'm just saying, and there is word
Yeah,
on the
no,
street that the
yeah.
NFL owners are colluding to keep coaching salaries down. That's why you don't see these. You might
True.
think they're making a lot, but compared to a Big Ten or a SEC coach, they're making peanuts.
Yeah. Just real quick, since he talked about Harborough, I'll do a real quick machine gun style
Whatever.
for that's happened this week. So, the Brian Johnson is now the Eagles offensive. Excuse me. Yeah, Brian Johnson is the Eagles offensive coordinator. Brian Calhoun signed with the Titans to be their head coach. Of course, the Raiders finally did something
Mhm.
right, and they kept
Yep.
Antonio Pierce and took the interim coach moniker
It's
off, and
official.
now he is their head coach.
It's official.
And they're also hiring Tom Tedesco to be their GM. The Panthers promote ex linebacker Dan Morgan to their GM position. Panthers hire Buccaneers Dave Candles to be their coach, and the Falcons hire Rams Raheem Morris to be their coach.
So
All that happened this week.
So
Damn.
let's
Wow.
make a bet. Let's make a
excuse-
bet to see how long that Panther coach lasts.
Excuse
I
me?
say six
Yes.
games.
Yes.
No, you
Yes.
forgot about the baby shits. They hired one as well, you know.
Oh, did the baby shits? I didn't have that one. Who did the baby shits hire?
Have a chat.
The Browns hired. I mean, yeah, the running backs got a deuce because
Oh, okay.
they fired their running back quarterback Staley, and then they hired another coach Deuce.
They hired, was
Okay.
it Julius Caesar as the DL coach?
So they
I
dropped
put
the
it in
deuce
the
on the
private
running
chat,
backs.
guys. If you want to have a quick glance, it's in there in the private chat.
I will look.
But,
Thank you.
know, the Browns need to fire.
They hired
Stefanski.
ex Houston Texans defensive coach Jacques Cesar
Who so?
Yeah, something
for
like
the
that.
same role in Cleveland, according to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero.
Yeah, what anime put in there is I did not see yet, but they made another move with the running backs coach. They dropped the
Okay.
deuce on him.
Yeah, apparently this guy was with the Texans or something. From
Yeah.
what I can see here.
Well, I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense if they got busted. So they got the shit got kicked out of them by the Texans. Why wouldn't you? If I try to get the head coach too.
I was so sad. They were my dark horse. They were my dark horse for the playoffs.
Well, the thing is, when you watch, well, I seen it coming because Falco, he always throws a couple interceptions a game, and unfortunately, the two he threw in this game were pick sixes, and that, it was all over from there. And that defense did not. Well, the Texans were more prepared from their last visit. I mean, this is the second time, and the Texans made adjustments. The Browns didn't, and they kept over pursuing, and the Texans took advantage of it. That's what happens when you play twice and you lose and you think. And plus, you got to remember, C.J. Stroud was back for this game. They weren't playing
Exactly.
their backup. What's his name? Him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, engineer, I'm not sure if you commented on it last week, or if I asked you last week, or if you were even here for it. But were you surprised that Dallas kept their head coach?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's why I asked it.
My honest opinion on that, I was surprised. I mean, he's been through a lot of different like a lot of mistakes and oops and all this other stuff, but I don't know if the owner has something, I guess a gut feeling that he can do better or he will improve next season. But to answer your question, I was extremely surprised that he was kept as the coach. I thought they might go a new transition because he's not doing good. I mean, he didn't do so well in Green Bay. I mean, he won one Super Bowl, but that was about it.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, he has a great regular season record because, as I talked about, he's been with the Cowboys for 3 years. And in those 3 years, they've only lost 15 games, which is an average of 5 games a year. So it's
Mhm.
actually pretty damn good. Of course, the playoffs is a whole different story. But I was really surprised because with Belichick becoming available, and that Belichick, one of the best, if not the best in the business in the pros, other than from Green Bay, the original Green Bay coach. I can't think of his name.
What do you mean,
the-
original Green Bay coach?
From back in the 50s or 40s, what's his face?
Lambeau?
Yes, Lambeau.
Oh,
You know the stadium that's named after him? Yeah.
I had a brain fart. I'm
Well,
sorry.
then, well, of course, but they had. But then again, why do you think of Lambeau?
Well,
Or
that's one hell of a
thinking
brain
of,
fart.
if you were thinking of the one in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought with Belichick being available, I thought the coach from Dallas was gone and Belichick was going to slide in, but it didn't happen.
no.
We'll
Will
see.
Belichick be a coach somewhere?
Nope.
I think
No?
so.
Nope.
Why?
No.
You think he's just going to go? He's not going to be a commentator because he can't talk.
Oh God, no. That'd be terrible. I mean, it'd be a comedic.
Actually, he would be the color commentator akin to the guy from Major League.
Well,
Oh,
well, the thing
yeah.
with Belichick, they'd ask him a question, he'd probably just go,
Well, see, if he can't talk, he's perfect for Fox, then, isn't he?
Ooh.
ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
By the way, if you didn't see it, that was Gridiron Girl's response in the chat.
Oh, I didn't see it.
About Harbaugh.
Fill in the blank for San Diego.
There
PFL
it is.
conference
God
titles.
darn it.
LED Stanford
Yep.
led Stanford to first ever BCS Bowl victory.
Oh, he went to
Led 49ers
San Diego.
Super Bowl app since 1984 and led Michigan to first ever CFP national title. So I wonder. Say, hey, Gridiron Girl. Wonder who.
Who?
Did you mean Vince Lombardi?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I get
Vince Lombardi, to me, Vince Lombardi is the best NFL coach of all time. That's my personal opinion.
There's a trophy named after him.
Yeah.
Roger. And
wow.
Thank you, scorekeeper. I now have a musical earworm because of you and your bloody little chorus
Yeah.
in there.
So do I.
I tried to work
The
out
thing is,
the
he
whole
actually
song.
did it perfectly and on tune.
Yeah, I tried to work out the whole song, and now I worked out the title of the whole song. Bugging me now.
Scorekeeper,
Name
I don't
that
think
tune.
I've ever asked you that. Who, in your opinion, who is the best Major League Baseball coach of all time, or manager? Excuse me.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
No, we're not because we're running out of
Um,
time. But it's an obscure coach or an obscure guy. I'm gonna have to get his name for you. He was a really good manager, and I'll back
Who
up
was
the
it?
number for next week.
Sturgill.
Who?
Sturgill.
Ha ha ha! Let's go with Joe Torre. And Big Dog's like, no, you had disliked Joe Torre. I said, yes,
What about Yoga Berra? It's not
Oh,
over till it's over.
the Yogi Bearisms? Yes, the Yogi-isms.
The Yogiisms, those are great.
That a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
go
them,
get me a picnic basket. Come on, boo boo.
he's been given credit for way too many. He has quite a few, but he's given credit for others that no.
Yep.
So,
John Madden.
Amazing. What? Huh?
That's just boom, smash,
That's
pow.
football.
Yeah, but John Madden had a lot of them too, but he was the master commentator.
Oh, more than a coach.
If anyone says he's not the master commentator, needs to get out of football right away and go into a cave with Aaron Rodgers and not come back. So
No,
anyway,
the Freudian slip was with Roger first, and then he said Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but was it an actual Freudian slip or the real thing?
Ladies and gentlemen, I do, and the reason being, Big Dog, is we are running out of time, folks. We're
But real
down to
quick-
about 5 minutes. I don't
Right.
know if you guys want to get
real
anything
quick
in
about
real quick.
Belichick.
Yeah, real quick.
The reason that he may not coach again is because he's too old and he wants too much power.
That's ageism.
I don't care what it is.
That's richism.
That's the thinking. But if
That's
you want,
richism.
but it's ageism. But still, they may not want to give him all the power that he's used to having in New England.
That's true.
Yeah, when he went down for the head coaching job and he had to go for the second interview, I'm like, this is Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
He's there for a second interview. I mean, I
Exactly.
think that's the incompetent in management. I think they just don't want him as head coach.
He may have wanted too much. And the thing
Dude.
is, that's why I'm saying the Browns should fire Stefanski and get Bill Belichick to finish the job.
This is Bill Belichick. Who in the hell puts him in for a second interview?
The Gen Zer who doesn't know any better.
Management incompetence.
Yep.
I'm not
But
going to
what
say
openings are still left for him, though?
he doesn't deserve a second interview.
Yeah.
And in that one, it actually would be correct. But he has earned just being interviewed once, and that's it. I mean, to have to go through a second interview.
he doesn't even.
Actually, he doesn't even need an interview. You would just call him and say, "Hey, I got a job for you."
You should just walk in the door and say, "Here I am, bitch," and then get the.
I like that.
Jay, any comment on that, Jay? NorCal girl, anime girl?
No comment.
No comment.
Heard you guys. I heard anime girl laughing.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Just if I could just see that happening, that just made me laugh.
Well, already then, do we have anything else that we're going to be going over, folks?
I think we've covered almost everything that we need to, right?
Well, we actually did go over quite a bit. And
we had to make it. Well, no, Dream stopped in, and that was great. So that always takes precedent.
Oh, so once again, Dream lifted us up from the primordial scum of the blogosphere, right?
What the hell was that?
That's the engineer again.
Your vibrator?
This is not me.
Vibrator?
Are you communing with something, engineer?
It's engineer.
No, he raised. You said we raised us from the dead.
Oh.
No, I said, did you raise us from the primordial scum of the blogosphere? Well, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing.
We're beaming up to the Enterprise.
That was the noise.
Almighty, you couldn't hear my vibrator anyway. Trust me.
Oh wow!
No.
That's pleasurable. I like that.
Yeah, obviously it must be the butterfly then. Just you don't hear them buzz.
Oh my goodness.
The only thing one last thing before I know we have 2 minutes. NASCAR legend Cale Yarborough, who of course was a 3-time NASCAR champ in the 70s, passed away this week. He was 83 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, young, very young.
Yep.
Mm.
And then
I noticed that when all I'll say is that when we were in our 20s and we heard someone 84 die, we said, "Damn, that they're old." Now when we hear that age, we're like, "Well, he wasn't that old."
True, that's true.
No, because we're not that far behind them.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why.
Like, man, he was young.
It's like when I heard Melanie had died, I thought she's only 76. Christ, that ain't I'll be behind her. 10 years older than me.
Oh, that was good. Yep.
How old are you? 1 year?
10 years.
Oh,
10 years.
okay, I got it.
Leave it to Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we're under a minute. I want to finish this program before we get to the last hour. Folks, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Of course, Dream in the chat room. Of course, it was Gridiron Girl. Everyone else was listening. Peter, Neri, Andrew, thank you guys. It means a great deal to us. And no, I said Neri.
Oh.
I didn't say Mary. But I know Double D as well. I want to thank them for joining us.
Was it Michael Day in here earlier?
And Michael Day, yes.
Yeah, he was.
Thank you. I did forget that one.
Remember,
so I want to thank my
ACDC
co-host
on
right
yesterday.
here, NorCal Girl, Anime Girl, Engineer, Studley. Look at that. He's all over the place. Big Dog.
Well, he's getting ready to take a picture of his feet. Oh, never
Okay,
mind.
yeah, we gotta go. We're under second. Appreciate it,
All
guys.
right.
You guys on the
Yeah.
other